It's now time for the Game of the Week, a service of SeaGame.live. SeaGame.live. Before we get to all the live play-by-play action, it's now time for the pregame show, brought to you exclusively by Apache Wolf Productions for all your video production needs. Apache Wolf Video Production Services provide an affordable option to businesses in the Puget Sound area, offering training videos, event videos, promotional videos, corporate video productions, TV commercials, infomercials, live streaming of events, and wedding videos. The next time you need video productions, give Apache Wolf Productions a call at 425-222-1605. Apache Wolf Productions is a proud sponsor of the pregame show.
Hello and welcome to Kings football here at beautiful Sunset Chevrolet Stadium. I'm here, Ray Lana, joined with Randall, the man with one name. How's it going today, Randall?
Oh, great. It's great to be here with you. I'm looking forward to this game. And it's going to be an exciting game, too, I think. The Pierce County Bengals, big physical team, and they come out there. I saw the game a couple of years ago, and it was probably one of the hardest hitting games I saw in the entire year with that the Kings went against. So I think it's going to be an exciting day.
Yeah, the Kings are poised to make another good playoff run coming up here, and this is the second to last game of the season, their last away game before they go back home again to Chief Leschi. It's going to be an exciting game, as you already said. The Bengals are a force to be reckoned with in this division, so it should be a very entertaining, very power-punching game. I'm really excited to see what they have to offer for each other.
Yeah, and another hot day, just like last week when we were in Centralia. Another hot day, and we're lucky we're wearing the white away jersey, so that will help us out a little bit. Not that we need a lot of help. It's a big year this year for the Bengals, and the Bengals have been having a good year, but also, of course, for the Kings. And I think we're at something around 20 straight victories. Have one more game after today. That'll be next week. We'll be live, and this is actually our last beta broadcast. We're kind of working things out, and we're looking forward to next week when we'll have our things together a lot better. Also, we'll be at home. We're away, and it's a little tougher to get things set up when you're in an away stadium. We've never been in this press box before, so we're looking forward. I know I am. I'm sure you are looking forward to getting home and getting ready to head into the postseason.
Absolutely. Going back to Chief Leschi, it's only about 5 miles from here, but it feels like a world away as far as setting everything up and getting it going for us. We do a special thanks to Chip from Apache Wolf Productions for putting on this broadcast for everybody to see. We are also looking to see any sponsors that are out there that are interested in getting some advertising spots thrown on here. This is your opportunity. Just contact us. You can contact basically anybody with the team, and they can get in touch with us as well. It's going to be an exciting game. It looks like the referees are coming out on the field. They're getting ready to do a national anthem, and we're about to get this thing started. Bengals have a mascot out there, which is fun to see.
Here for your hometown, Pierce County Bengals.
Pierce County Bengals make their home here in Sumner. They're a pretty decent team as far as everything I know about them. We're looking to see what they have to offer against the Kings, which we do know is a big, powerful team, and explosive offense, explosive special teams, explosive defense. Can't wait to see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the Bengals defensive line. We really haven't been challenged too much this year on the Kings offensive line, but in the past, if the past performance is anything to predict what's going to happen today, they have a big physical defensive line, and so it'll be interesting to see how the Kings line up against them. Every game so far, we've just been bigger, a lot more athletic, and so I'm looking for a good game down in the pit. Hopefully, that'll be enjoyable this evening.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page as you, except I'm looking for it on the opposite side. I'm looking to see what the Bengals defense or offensive line can do to stop our defensive rush. We haven't been rushing with complex packages. We've been coming in with 4 men, maybe 5 men at the most, and still getting to the quarterback. So it's been pretty exciting.
And I think we're going to the national anthem.
showtime, folks.
All right, we're ready to get this thing underway. It's a hot day out there. I hope all of them have drinking plenty of fluids and are prepared for this grueling battle that we're about to witness here on the field.
This is a very important game for both teams. We've got 2 games left for the Bengals. A lot of playoff implications on the line for this game and next game that you come to as well at the same time.
Looks like the Bengals will be receiving the opening kickoff.
Yeah, the Kings are kicking off. So we'll get to see. You wanted to see how the defensive line was going to line up this day, and we're going to be able to watch them right off the bat. I'm with you too, because you were saying this earlier, and before we went off to the national anthem, the defensive front hasn't been doing a whole lot of stunts, a whole lot of different stuff. They have occasionally.
Yeah.
They've basically been just playing straight up, straightforward football, and they've been getting to the quarterback.
Exactly, and if they haven't been hitting the quarterback, they've been hurrying him, and they've also been great at stopping the run at the same time as that as well. So it's going to be pretty exciting to see what they can do as far as their defensive package. I'd be interested to see some of their blitz packages and things.
Yeah, to what you were saying is that even when they don't get there.
And there's the kick.
It's deep to about the 10-yard line.
Looks like it's going to bounce and go picked up about the 2. Carries, makes a move, gets hit, dropped down about the 9-yard line.
Yeah, I think that receiver, he was expecting maybe he was going to bounce out of bounds, which would be good to get the ball in good field position. But it didn't go out of bounds, and all of a sudden he's all the way back on the goal line. He actually retreated into the end zone a little bit, but then was able to get out and get up to, what are they, 5, 6,
9-yard line.
9-yard line. Well, 5, 6, 7, 9. Yeah.
It's a game of inches.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we'll see what the Bengals offense plans to do if they can get out on the field here. We only got 3 members out so far.
Now, last game, number 28, Isaiah Martin had one heck of a good day on pass rushing, and so I've been kind of keeping my eyes on him. Gets upfield, keeps the quarterback in the pocket. Then there's big guys inside. They keep working upfield.
Yeah, so, Demetrius Moore was a big stopper last week too. You're right; they were mixing it up and kind of just shifting gears, keeping good contain, and then letting their defensive linemen get in there. So it was pretty exciting. So here's the Bengals setting up on 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line. We got a under center with 2 backs, high formation.
Showing blitz.
Quarterback falls down in the backfield. Looks like the ball might have been popped out and come out. I think the Kings might have the ball. Kings ball.
It'll be Kings ball.
See, and that's a smart deal. What you want to do is you want to kick off to start the game and then recover a fumble down inside the 10-yard line. So I think that was a pretty smart play.
Yeah, you called his number 2. That was Isaiah Martin on that pickup there. So it was pretty convenient. You just mentioned his name, and then he makes a huge play to get the Kings the ball there, deep in the Bengals territory. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 from the Bengals 7-yard line. Not much room for error for the Bengals here on their first defensive drive.
Yeah, and you don't want to get behind the Kings early in the game. This is one powerful offense.
Yeah, that's a dangerous spot. I don't know if the ball came out as a snap there or what happened, but the quarterback went down immediately on that last play. So Cruz steps back, takes the snap, hands it up the middle.
Gets stuck on the nose tackle.
Gets about 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, I think the quarterback on the Bengals quarterback, I think he went down because he was going after the ball. So I think what happened was, I believe the fumble happened on the snap.
Yeah, I believe that's actually Brian Stogsdill is in at quarterback today.
Now, I want to see how this offensive line gets off on the big Bengals defensive line. That's my interest.
I think they're going to try to pound the rock a lot with McCutcheon. He's back in the lineup. He's taking the ball. Quarterback keeper. Gets into the end zone for a Kings touchdown.
Broke the play, so that'll be a touchdown for the Kings.
That was a nice, quick start to this game.
Little misdirection play there. Went faked the handoff and just kind of runs off to the right side and gets into the end zone. Gets hit at the goal line. Didn't matter. Crossed the plane. That's a good for a touchdown there.
Yeah, and you're right. It was a good fake. We at first it looked like it was a handoff inside, and I was watching the interior of the line, and a lot of that defense froze inside, thinking it was a handoff. Good fake on that play.
Yeah, it was good to do a little misdirection down there, real close to the goal line. It's hard to stop that if you get caught on your heels, you get stuck. So here they'll set up for the extra point. Kick is up.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, it's a free play.
Kick is good. Looks like we got a penalty on the play.
Okay, it's going to be half the distance to the goal is offsides against the Bengals. So I ask you, Ray, would you decline the extra point, take the penalty, and then try for 2 points because you're down there on the goal line?
I would just probably decline the penalty and just accept the points. Points on the board or points on the board. So let's just accept those and move on. A lot of game to play left in this game.
That's a good call there, Ray, because
We're less than 1 minute into this game, and the Kings have already got a turnover and a touchdown and an extra point. So, as you were saying, they didn't want to get the Bengals can't get down early against this Kings team. They're too good on all facets of the ball in every category. They do great on offense, defense, and special teams. We've seen the offense and we've seen the defense so far, and that was only in 3 plays. So here we go.
We've seen it all in 3 plays.
We got to see some special teams. Maybe they'll get a fumble recovery or something off of this.
Here's some noise for the Bengals. Let's get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and there's a big difference there when you're coming from behind early in the game. It's one thing if you're matched up even back and forth, but now right off the bat, the Bengals are down by 7 points, and that puts them in a hole, obviously.
Yeah, it's only 7 points, so it's 1 score. So, like, if the Bengals can recoup, I mean, obviously they're not going to fumble the ball every time like they did, but they should be able to get back in this game. We'll see what kind of offensive drive they can work out of this. It's a deep kick. He's going to actually receive it at the 10. He's running to his left, coming across the field, trying to find a lane. Makes a spin move, gets hit, makes another spin move, stiff arms somebody, and goes down all the way to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, those are a couple of nifty spins right there. You know, lots of times when you see people spinning like that, they don't actually gain yardage as they spin. But that guy, he knew what he was doing. He takes the hit, he drives upfield on the spin. That was a pretty good run back. Luckily, it was side to side, so he didn't gain as much as it may have looked as he was running, but it was a pretty good return.
Yeah, it was great footwork on his part. He kept the ball, or kept himself alive while he was running upfield, and he used all the field. He ran 100 yards and only gained 25 or 30. So
that was the start they need.
That's exactly what they need. Decent field position to start, 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Now, this is something we haven't seen so far during our games in these broadcasts, is the quarterback's under center with this team. So we'll see how that affects the offense.
Showing blitz, backing out. Brought it again.
A handoff to the big number 44 back there.
Stop by the defensive end, I believe.
He broke 1 tackle, but he got pulled down from behind. It's a big boy out there, number 44.
Yeah, he does look like a hard runner.
Looks like a fullback to me.
That he does. And so they showed blitz, backed out, then brought the blitz, and luckily for the Kings, or well, it was well called, not necessarily luck, they ran into the blitz, and the result was a loss.
Yeah, they got a.
2 yards. That'll set up 2nd down and 10.
So we'll bring up 2nd down. No gain on the last play. Quarterback under center. Running backs go to a split back formation. 2 wide receivers. Kings looking to bring pressure, it looks like. Coming with the blitz. Get in there and make a tackle on the quarterback. That's good for a sack there.
That was a good call, too. That was a twist on the right end, the right linebacker end. The linebacker was showing blitz, and he actually came inside of the right defensive end. The right defensive end goes outside. That's a quick twist. The Bengal offensive line had a little trouble picking it up, and boom, it's a big sack.
Yeah, that was Vika Lafau on the tackle. He just kind of came right up the middle, right behind his lineman, and just split the defense, really, and got in there.
And the lineman he did the twist with was Isaiah Martin. We talked about him quite a bit last week, one of the premier pass rushers in this league. And there it is, the defensive coordinator mixing things up, and it caught the Bengals by surprise.
They're stepping back into a shotgun, split backs on either side of the quarterback, 2 wide receivers. It's 3rd down. 13 yards to go. Takes the snap, drops back, looks left, throws the ball, got a man.
Makes a move, gets the 1st down.
Looks like he's got a 1st down. It's going to take him to the Kings 47-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good play right there. They had fairly good pass rush on that play. The quarterback stayed in the pocket. The contain on the Kings got upfield where they were supposed to be. Quarterback stepped up. He had the wherewithal and the mindset to step into the rush and then threw it out there on the left flat, and that was a nice gain. That was a big one.
Yeah, Bengals rushing up to the line, back under center, I formation. Looking to build on the momentum from the last play. Kings got many men in the box. Looks like seven guys down there. They're calling out maybe audible. Lineman pointing out blitzes. They're coming in. We got a little swing route out to the side. It's incomplete.
Yeah, you picked that up, Ray. They saw the blitz. They were showing at one point 3 different linebackers were showing they were going to come. He did audible, and you know what? That's a great audible. That's what you want. If the linebackers are going to be blitzing, you want to run a screen because the running back out of the backfield typically is picked up by those linebackers.
Exactly.
They backed out a little bit, didn't send all the linebackers. Unfortunately, the touch on the pass was a little off. Well, actually, I should say fortunately. So that was a good checkoff by the quarterbacks. Call a screen when you see a lot of blitz. We didn't blitz as many as they thought, and the touch on the pass wasn't quite there.
So that'll bring up second down and 10 yards. Shotgun, split backs, 2 wide. Lineman up there. Looks like the guard's out there calling all the signals for the Bengals. Steps back, throws the pass.
Baines, nice gain on the play.
Dropped down. Looked like about a 5-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, he slipped down, though. It looked like he might have been able to pick up a few more, but he slipped out there on the field. Just a 4-man rush on that. They're showing blitz, but 4-man rush. It was a pretty good rush, but again, the quarterback stood in there, saw the open receiver, then hit him out here in the flat.
Yeah, it was an interesting play for the quarterback. There was no drop back. He just literally stood where he got the ball and looked for his wide receiver immediately. It seems the Kings have been playing a little bit soft on the outside, and it's kind of hurt them in 2 plays so far. We'll see what they do to change that up to go forward throughout this game. Again, shotgun set 2 wide, split backs. Quarterback calling out players. Throws the ball up the middle. Intercepted. Running up the sideline. He's got blockers. He's running. He's going fast. Quarterback, it looks like the only guy he's got to beat. He goes down. That's good for a touchdown. Woo! That's Sean Parker there with the interception in the run back. Wow, he just darted up that sideline. Only had one man to beat, basically, once he got to the edge there, and just took it to the house.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, they had some defensive players getting down there and throwing blocks. We've talked about that in the past, where you see these big plays. Lots of times it's other people working hard, and that's what happened there. I was impressed with that. These guys on the Bengals, when the interception was made, they were getting out there, and I saw 2 big blocks. And you saw the one on the quarterback, the last block, and they needed to make that one to score. But I saw a couple ones earlier on around midfield. That was a bad pass.
Yeah, it looked like he just kind of overthrew the receiver. The receiver actually might have got caught up in his route because he had some coverage right in his face, so he might have been off on the timing, which caused the miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver. And then the ball was just floated over the top, and Sean Parker just became a wide receiver out there as safety, and he caught that ball, and he caught it in stride and kept running up that sideline.
Yeah, that was one fine play. A lot of hustle again on the whole defense, getting down there throwing blocks. It was a bad pass, so I thought he had the receiver, and he had time too. They blitzed one middle linebacker. The Bengals picked it up well, but the quarterback just was off on that throw.
Yeah, it's fortunate for the Kings, and like you were saying, it was a full team effort there to get that ball in the end zone. Like, you don't just run it around everybody and go without some good blocks laid by your defensive players. They must get a lot of practice with interceptions.
Yeah, we do get our fair share of interceptions. That's for sure. But the thing is too is that the rest of the team, they have that mentality, and that's something we've talked about. They're a good team. We're winning games. We're winning by big scores, and we talk about that. When the offense scores a long play, you see receivers downfield blocking. In that case, you saw defenders getting out in front of the ball carrier or the returner.
There's a snap. It's a low snap. The ball pops out.
Let's see if they can pick it up.
It doesn't really matter. We'll just call that incomplete.
That'll keep them in the game. Let's go.
So that's going to bring the score to Kings 13, Bengals 0. Now, Randall, we've seen 2 big defensive plays that have basically got all the scoring for the Kings. I mean, obviously that was a great misdirection play with the quarterback running in for a touchdown, but really it's all been because of the defense. The defense has showed a lot of pressure, and they're coming with different sets than we're used to seeing from them, which is intriguing to me because I like to see what the defensive coach comes up with for these schemes to be able to make the quarterbacks think a little bit too much, and maybe they're overthinking the plays, and that's what's getting them in there.
Yeah, that certainly can happen. They are switching things up. I've noticed that they were on several plays defensively. We'll show 2 or 3 linebackers that get up on the line like they're going to come, and only send 1 or 2. So there is a lot of variability in that part. But and then, as we were saying earlier, they're not really bringing that much pressure on that interception. The quarterback actually had time. He threw a bad pass. So it's like you're saying, it's different fronts, different show. They show different types of pressure, and then they play it basically straight 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, if the Bengals had been watching our broadcast here, they would have probably not seen any of this coming. It's been fun to watch so far. And the Kings kick off from their own 20-yard line. It's going to be received, bumbled at the 20-yard line by the Bengals. He's taking it up. He's got a little blockers out front. He gets down to about the 49-yard line. That's a pretty good return on the play.
Great field position again.
That was a good return, keep them in the game. It looked to me like we were fairly good on the coverage. I don't know if maybe one person was out of his lane, but it looked to me like the running back saw a little gap in the coverage and hit that hole pretty fast, because it looked as if the coverage was where we wanted it to be.
Yeah, I agree. I think that he maybe caught a lane and he got right behind one of his blockers and popped out and accelerated right at the right time, which is what it takes really against good coverage to get the yardage that he got right there. So the Bengals take over on their own 49-yard line, down 13 points to the Kings. There's only 4 minutes gone in this game. We have 10 minutes to play, or 5 minutes gone in this game. We have 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. Handoff looked like a little miscommunication, ran into his own running back or his fullback. He gets about 5 or 6 yards on that play.
Yeah, he delivered a blow there towards the end. It was a nice run. He had to make some good moves. The defensive front for the Kings seemed like they were in pretty good position, but he made a couple of quick moves there at the line and then got straight upfield. And we've talked about this before. When the run is ending, when the guy's coming at you and you're the ball carrier, accelerate there, deliver the blow, and that's what he did. That was a pretty good run right there.
Yeah, it was. He uses his body. He's a big guy. He's out there definitely trying to put his weight into those. Got split backs, 2 wide, quarterback under center. Second down, 4 yards to go. Drops back, throws it right over the middle. Oh, it's dropped.
Got to catch that.
That would have been for a first down for sure.
Hit him right in the hands.
Possibly a lot more than that. It's a break for the Kings there. It's hard to stop those quick crossing routes over the middle. If they have the lane to throw the ball, it's very difficult to get in the way without, a pass interference call or something like that.
It was a quick release, too, by the quarterback. 1, 2, 3, boom. He let it go right away. The defense isn't going to get to him if he gets rid of the ball that quick. And if you are able to complete passes like that, that means your defensive backs need to play off a little bit further back. That gives you more room underneath. That's a play that you really want to make if you want to have the Kings lighten up on their pressure.
All right, same formation here. It's third down, 4 yards to go. Hands the ball off to the big fullback. It's stopped to just past the line of scrimmage.
Helmet pop off, went back to the fullback. The running back there.
See where they spot the ball. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short of the first down.
The Kings strengthened on this series. First play, they gained, about 8 yards, and then the last 2 plays, they haven't gotten too much. So it looks like they responded to that early run. And now they're lining up and playing some pretty good football.
Looks like the Bengals are going to be going for it at this point. Looks like maybe two quarterbacks.
So what, you think you go for it this early in the game? I realize you're down 2 touchdowns, but
they're out of field goal range, obviously,
yeah.
And a punt, it's going to drop them down. Say they kick it out of bounds, it's going to go to the 20-yard line if it goes into the end zone.
That's a good point.
It's not too much of a difference in a couple yards. They really need it, and it looks like they drew the Kings off sides. Unless there was some movement on the offensive line there.
What I think they're going to do is line up and try to draw the Kings off sides. No, that's exactly. This is it. That might have been a really smart play there. Maybe they weren't even going to snap it, right? And that's something on defense. They show up, line up like they're going to go for it on fourth down, hard count, which that was. Pull them off, boom, easy first down. That was not a smart play on the Kings. That was a pretty smart call.
Yeah, they were just using the tenacity of the Kings against themselves. So it was a good play. It was a good call all the way around for the Bengals. They're going to line up in shotgun set, 2 backs. split, 2 wide receivers. Very similar formation. Throws it out to the sideline, makes the catch. Gets pushed out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
So that's a quick out right there. Doesn't give the defensive line time to get to the quarterback. They just rushed the 4. Quarterback drop back. 1, 2, 3, boom. Kicks it out there, the quick out, and that's the smart way to move the ball against the Kings. You know, last week we were talking about this, that the quarterback went under center one time. It was out of the shotgun all the other times. Went under center one time, and he fumbled on that snap. That was the last time that they did that. And that's a deal where we were talking about. If you want to slow down the rush, you need to hand the ball off quick on some dives. You need to be able to get under center like the quarterback is here.
Yeah. Got a man in motion going down to the bottom of the line there. Quarterback under center, split backs. Hands the ball off to the big fullback. He gets dropped pretty much immediately.
Albeit a nice tackle by number 96.
Yeah, the Kings came up and they tackled him as a team as he tried to spin off. He was unsuccessful at getting out of that situation.
That was a good call. They called a draw there, and when you have a good pass rush, you try to run a draw that will slow down the pass rush, or actually what happens is the pass rush goes by the ball carrier, and that can break it big. In that case, there was good, solid defense by the Kings. It was a good call by the Bengals, draw, but it didn't get past the front line of the Kings, and the result was no gain.
Actually, it was enough just barely for a first down on that play, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the Kings 27-yard line, rather.
Let's go.
Bengals swing pass.
That's a lateral. That's a lateral.
Yeah, you better get on that.
So
that looked like a live ball there, right?
That was. Except for the fact that it was called incomplete pass. I'm checking instant replay. It looks to me like that was a lateral throw. And the previous play, I think I should probably look at the chains before I say no gain. It looked like no gain, but it was a first down.
Yeah, at our angle in the booth here, it's a little difficult to see the exact yardage that they're getting.
That was you saw the Kings players. They kept running after that ball when it was lateral. The Bengal player kind of was nonchalant about that. So that's something you probably should be aware of. Even if it's not clearly lateral, you want to cover it up.
Shotgun, single back, 4 wide rather. High snap, drops back, throws it out. It's incomplete.
It's a quick out again, and that was not a good throw. You had the guy there, but they're doing smart things. They're working underneath, quick out passes, quick underneath passes. That was just a poor throw.
Looks like it almost bounced off his fingertips there in the replay. It looked like it almost bounced off his fingertips and went right into the hands of the Kings defense there. So that was actually kind of a close call for them.
Boy, this is down in the area where they have so many choices to run. 3rd and 10.
No, it's a 3rd and about 5 yards right now. Split backs, 2 wide. Quarterback in the shotgun.
Shotgun formation.
Calling out some plays. Probably making some changes with his receivers.
Yeah, I see in coverage.
Changing it up. Looks like we got a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Probably delay a game. Yep.
Yeah, they're going to call a delay a game on that. Going to back them up a little bit. Keep the same down.
I'll bring up 3rd and 8.
So you worry about a quarterback, an opposing quarterback that's sharp. He knows what's going on. He sees coverage, and it looked to me like he was changing up some of the pass routes. Of course, the advantage that you have when you confuse a quarterback is sometimes it takes him too long to figure out what he wants to do.
Exactly. It was just bad time management on his part. Looks like they're going to call a timeout on the field. Bengals timeout. So with that first time out of the game, that'll bring us to 6 minutes and 38 seconds left in the game. It's a third down and long on this play coming up. We're in the first quarter. Kings lead it 13-0.
Yeah, well, so far, this is how the Kings have been playing all year, and I'm impressed with the way things are going. Now, they've gotten the breaks a couple of times. Yeah, things have worked out for them, but it just seems like we're rolling as we have the last part of the season. Hey, so sometimes when you call people up, you need help, say with a credit card or something, and it's always great to be able to get a hold of credit card people that have their service desk here in America. Well, that happened to me the other day. I called up and I had some problem with my credit card, and I'm going to finish that story, save it for later, because they're back out there.
All right, here we go. Third down and long. Got 2 wide, 2 backs. Quarterback in the shotgun set, takes a snap, looks left, throws it, got a man, comes up, makes a tackle. Looks like it's going to be just short of a first down.
I believe got the first down.
Yeah, that was great hustle. The guy that made the tackle, I think, was Isaiah Martin. So he comes off of the defensive end, gets downfield, gets after the ball, makes the tackle. The Kings are playing off quite a bit. However, it's long. It was like 3rd and 15, something like that. But they are playing pretty loose, and they might have to tighten up on the receivers a little bit.
Yeah, so that'll bring 4th down and 1 up. We'll see what they try to do. I would guess that they're going to try to hand off to that big fullback and see if they can get that plow forward and get that yard. Split backs, quarterback under center, barking out snaps. Looks quarterback sneak. He ain't going nowhere. He's stopped.
Yeah, they had linebackers up in the gap. The Kings were ready for the run, it looked like. And when they first lined up, it didn't seem like they were in a short yardage defensive front. But then as the Bengals got ready to snap the ball, the linebackers stepped up. And by the time they snapped the ball, there was nowhere to run.
Looks like it's the Kings going to be taking over the ball on downs. Stopped short. They tried the quarterback sneak, and he got nowhere. He got hit from his legs from the backside, and also pushed back by the nose tackle as well.
That is impressive when you line up and you're not showing short yardage. You just had the regular 4 men up front, and then you bring the linebackers in. So in essence, it's a 7-man line. But you're able to do that, line up in a regular 4-man front, bring the linebackers up, and stop a quick dive like that right up into the strength of the offensive line. That's where you feel good about your defense. And that helps so much that if you're able just to play the vanilla, the generic defense, and stop people when they're trying to run, when they're out of the shotgun, when they're throwing.
Looks like they're calling for a measurement here.
Hey guys, did you get the first? You got the reviews.
Do we got a replay of that? Replay?
Is there indisputable evidence?
He didn't go anywhere. If he got it, it's a spot.
According to the spot. Even the officials aren't quite sure.
Looks like they're reversing the call on the field.
Bengals ball, first down, I believe, is the call. Wait to get an official.
Well, wait a minute.
Looks like the Kings are calling him back on the field. We don't know what's going on here. According to our replay, take a look at that play one more time here. So he gets the ball, and he doesn't look like he steps past that 22-yard line, which is he needed to get to the 23-yard line in order to get the first down.
Can we see that again? It is kind of tough from this angle. Yeah, I'm with you. It didn't look like it.
His feet didn't pass the 21-yard line, so.
However, it is the ball. It's wherever the ball gets to. It sure was close anyway.
Yeah, it's easily disputable either direction, honestly.
But they made the right call. The officials got it right. Kings ball.
So the Kings will take over on downs after a little fiasco there on their own 18-yard line. They have 4 wide receivers, 1 running back, quarterback in a shotgun set. Hands the ball off. Got the big hole. He's running. He's going right up the center of the field. He's got 1 man to beat. And he almost makes it. Out to the 28-yard line. Holy cow. Welcome back, Chris McCutcheon. We missed you last week.
30-plus yard gain on that play.
Yeah, that guy, we did miss him last week, and that was just, oh no, we got a flag down here.
That was a solid 53-yard gain if it stands.
And that was a great, you know what? That was a great call too by the offensive coordinator. They had trips to the left. You called it out. It looked to me like they were going downfield. A quick handoff inside. Chris McCutcheon comes across the formation, sees that hole. We talked about that with him before. He sees the hole, boom, cuts it up front. It cuts it upfield. But there's one thing you can't really compete against, and that's speed. And that's what happened, right? Great call, good formation. Sees the hole, boom, hits it upfield, accelerates. And then ran hard. He ran through some pretty decent tackles.
Yeah, he outran his blockers. He maybe, if he would have slowed it down and tried to stay behind him, he might have got it a little bit further. But, man, he's like a bullet out of a gun when he gets that ball and just gets ahead of steam. He's running north to south with his head straight down towards the end zone. And it looks like they're going to mark off some yards against the Bengals here. It's like a
unsportsmanlike or something like that.
Looks like a 10-yard penalty on that.
That was the Kings at the 14-yard line.
So the Kings take over 1st and 10, or still have the ball, 1st and 10 after that huge run. Looks like we got Adam Cruz back in the game as well. We got 4 wide receivers, 1 back. McCutcheon in motion to the outside.
Empty backfield.
Cruz steps back, throws it to McCutcheon. McCutcheon's going to try to make a man miss and delivers a huge hit.
Number 17.
Out to the 18-yard, or the 12-yard line, rather.
Yeah, that was a cartwheeling tackle right there.
Yeah, they were both big hits. It was going to be if he didn't get as low as he did on that tackle, McCutcheon was ready to deliver a big hit on him.
And that whole play was designed to go to the running back. Set people up to the left, trips, put them in motion.
Exact same formation. We got McCutcheon into motion again. Cruz steps back, looks left, does a little button hook run out, run into his left, throws with his right, throws it to the end zone. That's good for a touch. No, he drops the ball. Do we got replay of that? Here's the ball, it goes up, jumps up to grab it. Oh, that's very close. He did not drop the ball. The question is whether he was in bounds or not, and they are calling him out of bounds on that play.
I think the official motion that he was bobbling it. I think that's what he said there. But you know what? I want to give Alina Berry, offensive line. The quarterback is scrambling around. He's able to get back. He's rolling to his left, and an offensive lineman does extra effort, comes out, knocks the pursuing defender off of the quarterback. That gave the quarterback the chance to give a throw that ball.
So it brings up 3rd down and 9. Similar set, one back in the backfield, 4 wide receivers. Cruz taking the shotgun snaps, looks to his right, throws the ball, got a man right at the goal line, knocks over the pylon. Oh, they're calling him out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
He zipped that in there.
Oh, he just rocketed that. He knew exactly where he was throwing that ball that time. He didn't even look away. He was just on it and threw it directly to the man where only he could catch it.
That's a good call, Ray, too, because there was no other place the quarterback was going. The quarterback was going to that receiver. That's a good call, again, by the offensive coordinator, and they executed it pretty well. If we just get a couple inches more, it would have been perfect.
So this time we got the running back. McCutcheon gets the handoff. He gets bottled up in the backfield. Looks like he goes down about the 1.5 yard line at this point.
Coming around the edge.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 1.
I would like to have seen a little bit more motion, a little more surge on the offensive line there. A big, strong, talented offensive lineman. I think
McCutcheon's coming out. He's hobbling a little bit. Hopefully it's just a cramp, and he'll be back out after he gets a little bit of water in him. He's played the last 6 downs after that 50-plus yard run. So we'll see what the Kings can pull off here on 2nd down and short field to goal.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, we got.
I think it's a cramp.
Got Jerome Williams in at running back. Fake handoff, throws it right up the middle. That's good for a touchdown.
That's Catron Barquette.
Welcome back, Mr. Barquette.
Because we were mentioning that he wasn't here last week. The week before had a monster game, and that's a nice play right there. Good fake too to freeze the coverage, and then boom, zips it in there. And welcome back, as you said, Catron Barquette.
That was a great pass right in the middle. He actually kind of threaded the needle, getting it between the linebackers and the linemen that were all ready to try to knock down that pass.
Second stop on the special teams today.
Looks like you're going to go for 2 on this to make up for the missed one on the last one. Looks like they go for a hand up and gets knocked back in the backfield.
Nose tackle there.
That's gonna make the score Kings 19 and the Bengals 0.
Yeah, there was a problem there. That guy wasn't even touched. I don't think he was a nose guard, though. I think he was backed off, maybe a linebacker. But he came through in the middle of the line untouched. That's disconcerting. Hopefully we'll pick that up.
Yeah, I think they were trying to give a different look with that spread offense like that, trying to make it so that the Bengals would spread out their defense and they could sneak that run up the middle. Didn't work exactly as they had planned on that situation. We'll see if the Bengals can put together something to get a score or drive going. They've been stopped on both their drives by big defensive plays on the Kings' part. We got 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go here in the first quarter as the Kings set to kick off to the Bengals. We're going from left to right on our screen.
Yeah, and you look at the score early in the game, and so that's a good time to go ahead and go for 2. In fact, I can support that. Usually I'm someone that says, let's just kick the points. Let's just get the points that are there. But at this time, it's a good time to work on that. We're way ahead early in the game, and so go for 2 points.
Yeah, I think they were trying to make up for that bad snap on the other one and kind of try to make it 21-0. But 19-0 is going to be where it is as the Kings set to kick off. And the kick is off. It's a good kick.
Deep kick.
Back to the 6-yard line, makes a bounce. They receive it at the 3, runs up the middle, got some blockers, got some space, making some moves. Broke a tackle, comes out to the right. He's got one man to beat. He gets tackled from behind. Wow, what a run back. That's number 24 with that big return. That's Isaiah Simp.
That was nice.
Yeah, he takes it.
Saving that play for sure.
And the kick returner, he took it on a bounce, and usually you don't want to let it bounce. That lets the coverage gets downfield, but he took it on a bounce, and you notice he worked his way. He wasn't at full speed. He worked his way back up, and again, I was thinking, hey, this guy's we're going to get him deep in their territory. Lets the ball bounce, takes his time, but he was just waiting his time. He saw the hole, he accelerated through, and then that was a powerful run, just churning upfield, kept his feet going, and ended up with a great return. It started out, didn't look like it was going to be that great, and it ended up just what the Bengals needed.
Yeah, so the Bengals will take over here. 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line of the Kings. They're in good scoring position, best they've had all day. We'll see what the Bengals can muster to face the Kings. They're going to go to that similar split backs, quarterback shotgun, 2 wide set. Quarterback takes a snap, looks right, throws the ball to the sideline, has a man slips down to the ground and gets taken down and out of bounds.
Yep, they had the split backs, as you said. Both backs stayed in. That means they're a little worried about the pass rush. They stayed in, picked it up. It was a quick out, and they were able to connect on that.
That's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 rather.
2 yards, 2nd down.
But that shows you the respect they have for the Kings pass rush. You leave both your running backs in the backfield, and you still do a quick out.
Yeah, Vika Lafau was on the tackle there. So Bengals got I formation, switching to split back, 2 wide, quarterback under center. Kings showing some pressure. Takes a snap, hands it off to the fullback. Fullback goes down just after he gets the ball.
Fullback. It's like a no gain on that one.
It's like maybe a loss of about half a yard on that play.
Good, solid defensive line play. They had guys up. They had linebackers that were showing blitz, but they didn't actually come. They're close up on the line, and they weren't able to get any movement. The Bengals weren't able to get any movement against that defensive front.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. After that big return, the Bengals could be stopped right here, and if that happens, it's going to be kind of a disappointing thing for them.
Yeah, I will.
So the Kings line up. They're showing pressure again. They got a bunch of men in the box there. Quarterback under center. Doss play to the outside. Oh, makes a man miss, just gets out of his reach. It's going to go down. Looks like he's a little short of the first down there.
Yeah, I think he is a little short of the first down. But you're right. They had like 8 men in the box. That's a good way to attack that. A quick pitch to the sidelines, get outside of the 8 people inside, and was almost able to get a first down. I think he's a little short, though.
Yeah, it looks like he was short. It was Faivao Ulu on the tackle.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, that was good. They rallied to the ball. I thought they were going to get a little more out of that because that's one thing. Once you get outside of those 8 guys up in the box, and then you can be in trouble defensively. You're more one-on-one, but they made a good tackle. And
so here's a big 4th down play. 4th down, about 3 or 4 yards to go. Under center, 2 split backs.
Pitch to the right.
Looks like they're going for the same play the other direction. The Kings are back there. Make the stop. They tackle him for a loss on the play. That's going to be good for the Kings to take over on downs.
36, Michael Hutcherson made the big play there. They tried to get outside of him. He got upfield, got in good contain. The running back was able to get outside of him, but he had to bounce out. He had to be deep, bounce out, and that gave the rest of the defense a chance to rally to him. And that's what they have to do. If you are able to force the running back to bounce outside, the rest of the defense rallies to him. So they did get outside of the contain guy there, but the rest of the defense was rallying to the ball, getting over there, flying around, and made the tackle.
You're absolutely right, Randall. It was them getting the running back to stop his momentum that allowed the rest of the team to get in there, make the play, make the stop, and take the ball over on downs.
Go back to the one back in the backfield. Shotgun formation.
Cruz takes a snap, looks left, runs to the left a little bit, throws it deep down the field. Oh, just out of, oh man, it was so close. Deshaun Salgado was there. He actually had the ball with both hands, and it looked like he was jumping at the peak of his jump. Here we see it. Oh, it was just overthrown for him.
So many things almost went good on that play.
Wow.
The quarterback there, he stepped up in the pocket, had good presence on the pass rush, good protection. He's back. He steps up, unload. Maybe the ball didn't quite have the zip on it. Sure looked like the receiver was open there for a while, and it was almost a big play. 2 defenders there, but the ball was basically where it needed to be, maybe just a little further.
Yeah, Salgado made a great effort to get that ball.
Sure did.
And Cruz definitely hucked it down the field to give him an opportunity to catch it. Throws the ball to the left sideline. Got a man. Looks like he's going to be out good enough for a first down there. That's Deshaun Salgado again. So after the last play didn't quite get to, Salgado decided to throw it back his way.
Yeah, showed confidence in the player, and that was also a good play. A good, solid play right there.
They're moving the chains as the play starts. Stops back, throws it to the right side.
Got a guy.
Man. Oh, just outside of Siv's hands.
Just off, just a little off. Yeah, he had him by a step. It was not bad coverage. It would have had to have been a good throw, but it was almost a big play. The good thing, too, is that he wasn't really back there that long, and he had good protection. They weren't putting any pressure on him. That's a play that you really would like to complete.
So we've seen the last 2 first downs. We've seen 2 big attempts, big play chunks that they were attempting with deep passes. Do you think that this running game that they've started at the beginning of the game has kind of put them in this position to where they can go for these deep balls?
Yeah.
Running to his right, got a blocker, throws it to Barquette. He's coming all the way back across the field. Big block there. He's got room. He's got space. He's got men in front of him. He's to the 30, to the 20, to the 25, and pushed out of bounds about the 12-yard line, actually.
That big block you were talking about, that was number 64, Josh Davis, the center, the quarterback of the offensive line. And once again, it's another play. Didn't look like they were going to have that much out of that play. Great effort by the receiver. people getting downfield, offensive linemen throwing blocks. He saw it. He cut back across, and he had a wave of offensive linemen downfield. It's almost like it was a run play with the way they got downfield, and that was impressive.
Beautiful. Now here's a handoff. Goes right up the center.
Snuck in, I think it was number 69.
Goes down about the 9-yard line.
Big play. Beat them out of the end zone.
Going to get a 3-yard gain on the play there.
Yeah, and that Josh Davis, actually, we interviewed him a couple of weeks ago. He was the featured offensive lineman, has a long history in football, played some arena football, and then is out here making big plays today.
And that's going to be it for our first quarter. All Kings 19-0.
Far from over. Let's go.
Well, the hometown announcer is pointing out that it is far from over, and we still have 3 more quarters to go. But I look for more of what we've been seeing the last several weeks. We're getting ready to head into the playoffs. One more play next week. We're really looking forward to that. And this is I mentioned this is our last beta test. Next week we're going to be back in our stadium where everything works a lot easier. And the last game of the season, heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that obviously this game means a lot to the Kings and to the Bengals. These guys are the closest two teams in distance to each other, so it's kind of like a crosstown rivalry. You could basically call them like they used to call the Sonics and Blazers the I-5 rivalry. Well, we're talking about the Pioneer Street rivalry because Pioneer goes straight through to here, so we're real close in proximity, and these teams probably know a lot about each other, so it's really fun to watch them get out here and play.
Yeah, this is the Pioneer Street rivalry, and the winner of this gets a highway cone. They have a highway cone on the side, and every year they fight for it. And this is a big game. A lot of these guys know each other too. In fact, before the game, some of the Bengal players were talking to the coaches from the Puyallup Kings, so they know each other. It is a rivalry. A lot of guys went to high school. A lot of these guys actually played against each other in high school because of the proximity. So this is an important game for all of them, and also for the Bengals' playoff hopes. This will certainly figure into who's going. We know the Kings are going, as in we know, unless they don't, but we're pretty sure they're going to be going to the playoffs. The Bengals really need this game to help them with their playoff hopes.
Yeah, as we get ready to start the second quarter here.
We'll start here at the 9-yard line.
On the 9-yard line, when second down and 7 to go. Got great field position to put some points on the board right off the bat here. Shotgun formation, 4 wide, 1 back. Cruz takes the snap, rolls out to his right. He's got a man wide open in the end zone. He throws the ball. Is it complete?
Yeah.
Looks like it. It's a touchdown. That's good for another Kings touchdown.
Yeah, that was a nice move by the. There's a dance. That's a dance penalty. See
Another flag on the play.
That's what that is.
Flags on the play here.
I think that's going to be after the play. It was because that dance was so bad that the official had to throw a flag on that.
I didn't know they were rating dancing today, Randall.
Yeah, well, the American Idol's off the air, so we got to get something going.
Looks like that's going to be assessed.
It's unsportsmanlike conduct, and they're going to assess that.
I believe they'll assess that on the kickoff, right?
That's what the official did. That wasn't a dance move. When he kicked his foot forward like that, that actually meant, you're correct, they're going to do it on the kickoff.
Yeah, so the Kings are just going to go for the traditional PAT.
The extra point.
If they get the snap in there correctly, they're probably going to be able to little chip shot into the end zone. We'll see. So drops it down, kick is up, kick is good.
NFL-esque kick, perfectly.
So I got to say, if you're going to get a penalty for a dance, make it a dance worth penalizing.
Yeah, what happened to the icky shuffle? I mean, come on.
No, I love that one.
So that's gonna bring the Kings to a pretty commanding lead here. They're going to be leading 26-0 over the Pierce County Bengals. We were just 10 seconds into the second quarter.
What you do now is stay behind your team. No, just stand. Got a long game to go.
And, I'll throw this out here that if anyone out there would like to advertise on these broadcasts, you give us a call at 360-930-9615. Ray and I would love to talk about your product or your programs. For example, I had problems with my credit card. I gave a call, talked to Whitney. He helped me out, figured it all out. It was great. If you can find a service center where they are able to take care of the problem, take care of it. It was clearly here in the USA. The only problem I had was Whitney was from BYU, and I'm from San Diego, the State University. But it is great to find a credit card where the service center is here in America, and I'd love to tell you who that was, but they're not advertising here. So hey, Capital One, give us a call, 360-930-9615, and Ray and I will tout the great service you give on your credit cards.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for you guys to get out there, get your business some exposure, local business exposure. We do this is a local broadcast, but we're online, so people all over the world can see this broadcast. But you have a restaurant, a bar, a flower shop, anything. We can give you guys a nice plug here on the broadcast. And King set up and kicked the ball off from the 20. It's a little squib kick. Gets received at the 35-yard line, and a big hit. He gets him right in the feet there.
That's the problem with getting those kind of penalties, is that the Bengals are in pretty good field position just to start off this drive. But hey, now's the time they better do something. Let's see them move the ball.
It's better field position than last time after that big return they had. So I mean, getting that squib kick, I think that might be the play that their Kings are going to resort to at this point in the game after that big return they had earlier, and another one prior to that was pretty large as well. So it seems like one of the points in the Bengals offense, or special teams rather, that seems to be pretty good. So the Kings are going to change their game plan as the game goes to stop whatever's actually being effective from the other team, which is the result of good coaching.
Good coaching, absolutely. I'm not going to complain about a squib kick. In that case, you know what? You kick it off as deep as you can because you're going to give them really good position. So I'm not saying it was wrong to squib kick, but there you go. That's the problem with doing these stupid penalties, unsportsmanlike penalties, and then give the Bengals good beginning position on this drive, an important drive.
So the Bengals will line up for this drive here on their own 42-yard line. Going to have 4 wide, 3 bunch set in the bottom. Quarterback under center, 1 running back. Looks like they're switching it up a little bit. It's a handoff to the running back. He comes up. He gets hit pretty hard. Oh, the Vika Lafau comes up and just drops him. But it was a good carry for about 5 yards prior to getting hit. Correction, 4 yards prior to getting hit.
That was a good, solid hit. He wrapped him up.
Yeah, you see as he popped up, he kind of stumbled a little bit to his side, and he was definitely feeling that hit. But good on him for standing right back up.
That was a good play by that running back, too. Made the cut. It's that one cut, sees the whole boom, accelerates to it. That was a nice run on that part.
Yeah, here we go. Same thing. They got the bunches up top this time. Quarterback under center. Let's see if they try to spread us out so they can run the ball on us. Another handoff. Goes misdirection over to the left side. And wow, holy cow. Paul Stevens only needs one hand to pull somebody down, apparently. He grabbed him by his shoulder and threw him to the ground.
Well, actually, the face mask.
Was that a face mask?
Yeah, that's how that one hand works.
Oh, that was truly effective. Too bad it was a penalty.
Yeah, boy, that's one tough hand. I
thought he grabbed his shoulder pad and just pulled him down. With this new instant replay we've enabled, we can actually see that was a face mask for sure.
That's fantastic the way this replay is working. I really appreciate how Apache Wolf has put together this setup for us. That's fantastic. That's some good picture, too.
Yeah, that's going to bring us up to first down and 10 for the Bengals on the Kings' 39-yard line to start this new set of downs.
I want to see the Bengals put up some points.
Bengals are in Kings territory looking to put some points on the board. They were huddling about 20 yards deep on that one. Clock should be running. Where are we at? Same thing, trips. Up top, one man down low. Quarterback under center. Fakes the handoff this time. Throws the ball over the top. Overthrows his receiver. Receiver's calling out for a hold.
We have fisticuffs going on down here. That was Paul Stevens, defensive tackle. I think what I saw was the offensive lineman, number 63, was the one that initiated that. But you know what they say? Who do they catch? The second guy.
Absolutely. Yeah, that ball was overthrown by the receiver. The receiver was calling for a holding penalty. There were two officials definitely in position to be able to see if it was a hold, and they did not call it. But this penalty that's in the backfield looks like it, unless they call offsetting penalties, may go against the Kings here.
Probably known each other for years.
Yeah. And we see what we got here. Who did they get it on?
Personal foul, offsetting.
Yep, there it was, both ways.
That'll offset.
So they're going to replay the down, apparently. It'll be first down and 10 for the Bengals. From the Kings' 39-yard line. Vika Lafau is up there making amends with the other team. Apparently, they just want to play some football, which is great because that's what we want to see here.
Yeah, let's just line up and play football.
You know, I always say this every game that I'm watching these, Randall, is that these teams, I mean, these guys are out here playing for the passion of the sport, and they love the sport of football, and it's great to watch these guys. Sportsmanship, yes, in the heat of battle they may get angry, but overall they're here to play football and have fun. So Bengals will have the ball here, 39-yard line, first down, trips to the top, one man down low, running back to the side, takes a snap, intercepted.
Yes.
He's picked off. That's going deep. He's got nobody in front of him. Quarterback's the only man that can even possibly get in there. That's number 32. We don't have a name for him. He ran it into the end zone.
Yes, he's known as N.A. Well, we don't have his name.
Just a nice handshake
and that was the deal. That was the deal there where they showed blitz, but they didn't bring
because
it.
He runs up the sideline. He knows he's free and clear. He's just sprinting down the sideline there and gets into the end zone for a touchdown. So the Bengals thought they had something going there and got a good drive, or a few yards on there, and negating offsetting penalties brought up the Kings, and they had a little miscommunication. The DB ran right underneath the route, caught the ball, and just sprinted down the sideline for a touchdown.
But I think what happened there was the quarterback thought they were bringing blitz. They were bringing a lot of people. What happens is you can show blitz and then have your people, your linebackers, drop off, and you see that all the time. You see, even in the NFL, you see the quarterback throw the ball to someone. It's like he's so obviously there, and that's where they drop in from underneath. The quarterback just doesn't see him, and I think that's what happened. The quarterback was expecting a blitz, dropped out of it, didn't see the defender. Or it was a horrible pass.
Yeah, it looked like he zigged when he should have zagged, or at least the quarterback thought he should. That was nice of the Kings to wait for the
90% chance of blocking this. Here they come.
It's up, and it's good.
It's good.
It's going to make the score Kings 33, Bengals 0.
With 13 and a half minutes to go in the second quarter. On the board, they have first quarter, but I'm pretty sure
we're definitely in the second quarter, Randall.
Yes.
Well, the Bengals hope we're in the fourth quarter, to be completely honest, at this point. The Kings have just been putting it on them in every walk of this game. The Bengals have had a couple good plays here and there, but they've been immediately doused out their any heat that they were building by the Kings defense. Defense has come up with 3 turnovers. Is it 3 or 4 turnovers so far this game? It's quite a few either way you swing it.
I'm going to say you're right.
No matter what the answer is, Randall says it's right.
Yeah, well, I always say you're right, but no, in this case, 3, 4. There's been numerous turnovers, and And it's about time for the Bengals to do something with this possession.
Yeah, I really hope the Bengals can put something together. We can get this game to be pretty competitive. The Kings are all hyped up and they're ready to go. Another short kick. They just don't want to kick it to the same guy. They're going to throw it out there. He's going to go down about the 28-yard line.
Good open field tackle. Got down there. The receiver the kick returner tried to make a quick move, but the defender got on him, held on, and he was not able to break free.
Yeah, kicker Paul Dickey, he chose who he wanted to kick the ball to and kicked it directly to the guy. He had no choice but to grab that ball. I mean, he could have moved out of the way and it might have gone out of bounds and they would have got better field position from that, but he did what most people instinctively would do and caught the ball that was kicked directly to him.
See, now is that coaching? You mean to tell me that the Kings, they are picking who they're going to kick the ball? They're just going from sideline to sideline. Say, we'll kick it to this guy. And you're right. It may have gone out of bounds, but if you remember earlier on the kickoff, the receiver or the returner was down on the goal line. He waited for it, and it hit the ground. It didn't go out of bounds. So, he kicked it to the right person, and the result was good for the Kings.
Start this possession.
So that'll be bring up 1st and 10 here for the Bengals on their own 33-yard line, working left to right. They're going to line up here, and we'll see what they have to offer. 2 wide receivers, split backs, quarterback in the shotgun set. Calling it out, calling out a few players there. Takes the snap, looks left, throws the ball as he's hit. They're going to call that a deflection.
Yeah, they brought 6 people on that play.
Yeah, they were bringing the heat, that's for sure. If you watch the replay here, it looks like Vika Lafau got in there again and made another big play today. He's been all over the map for us as far as the plays we got. It looks like there's a penalty marker on the play.
And that's got to be disheartening for the Bengals because, once again, they had to split backs, but they kept both those backs in to block, and they still weren't able to keep the Kings off of their quarterback.
Yeah, that's a penalty that's going to go against the Bengals. It's going to drop them back to the 23-yard line. It's going to bring up 1st down again. 1st down and 20 to go.
So I see the coach for the Bengals signaling in their 1st and 20 play.
I wonder what that consists of. Is it a run to get some yards back, or is it a deep pass? We'll find out.
Yeah, I think they got to try to hit some short ones as work back.
Quarterback takes a snap, drops back, throws it to the fullback out there. And that was a forward pass, I believe, so it's going to be incomplete.
And that was what we were talking about there just on that last play, was that they needed to get – they got 3-4 plays. They need to get some yards back. That's a good way to do it, a quick flare pass, but it was a bad touch on the ball. It was behind the receiver, behind the running back on the quick flare out of the backfield. He turned around. He wasn't able to catch it. Even if he caught it, it probably wouldn't have done much because his momentum wasn't going where it should be going upfield. That's a case where if the quarterback had led that guy a little more, good, boom, they get part of it back in this one play, but instead it's now 2nd and 20.
So let's bring up 2nd and 20. Same formation, 2 wide, split backs, quarterback shotgun set. Takes a low snap, looks left, runs up in the middle of the pocket. He's coming in, he slides. I think that he was trying to avoid that hit, but they threw the flag anyway on that play.
Looks like a late hit.
It'll be interesting to see that one again.
Yeah, that's a very questionable call if they're calling that targeting or a late hit, because he stopped his momentum as best he could, and you could visibly see it.
They only had 4 men rushing on that, and that's the case there with the quarterback. He just wanted out of it.
If you watch the replay here, he's coming in. He's going to make the hit, and then he sees it.
That's a good
I don't
call.
know. That could definitely be.
You can't hit.
Sergio Brown on the hit there after the quarterback dropped, but it looked like he dropped his head, so it's hard for him to see that. It's unfortunate for the Kings, but that'll bring up a 1st down for the Bengals.
But Ray, you're right. What you said, the defender dropped his head, and that is something that shows intent. The guy's sliding. You got to go over the top of him. If you drop your head into the sliding quarterback, that's actually an easy call. Good call by the defenders.
Yeah.
I mean, by the referees.
Yeah, he was leading with the crown of his helmet, and that's to a sliding quarterback. That's definitely against the rules.
Yeah, can't do
so
that.
So bring up 1st and 10, bunches down to the trips down low. Got the fullback in the backfield. So the delayed handoff to the fullback, going out to the left side, gets swallowed up as soon as he gets the ball. Goes down about the 40.5-yard line.
And that right there, that play's called because the Bengals are worried about the pressure that the Kings defense is putting on them, but they didn't bring anyone on that. And the deal there is that since they're not bringing the linebackers are sitting back and they hand the ball off like that, and there's nowhere to go because you got the defensive line playing just a 4-man rush, and then you have the linebackers sitting back, and that shows the respect that the Bengals have for the pass rush of the Kings.
Yeah, if the linebackers have time to set back when the blockers open those holes, the linebackers just fill them, and that's how they stop the run. If they have time, they don't have to rush anybody. They can weed out pretty much any run as long as they can see what's going on for the offensive line. So we'll bring up 2nd down. Trip set to the bottom of your screen. Quarterback under center. One running back toss sweep. Looks like he's getting bottled up in the backfield. Takes a big hit. Number 24 drops it in a big hit right into his chest. Hits him in the numbers.
That was a good defensive play by the player that's down. I didn't catch his number, but he was injured. That's number 58.
That's Wilson Afoa.
And he's the one that made that play. He got up there, got into good run contain. The running back had to cut down inside of him. But that's the one you do worry about. When you see a guy go down like that with a leg injury where he wasn't really hit, sometimes they tweak something there.
It looks like it could be cramping, though. Hopefully that's the case. I know some of those cramps, man, they hurt so bad. You can't walk, you can't do anything.
On a hot day, folks, remember to stretch and drink water.
Lots and lots of water is needed out there. I haven't seen the rolling cooler yet today, Randall. For the refs.
No, where is that thing?
It's probably down in Centralia still.
Yeah, that was smart. The home field, that's something to think about. What we're referring to is last week, the home team had a rolling cooler that they ran out of timeouts for the officials. And that's a smart thing. The home team, get those officials hydrated.
All right, so we'll line up. It's 3rd down and long to go for the Bengals. In a familiar shotgun set, 2 wide, 2 back split. Takes the snap, looks to the left, got him, man, throws it, comes up the middle, gets swallowed up by a bunch of people. That's Demetrius Moore on the tackle initially. That's a defensive tackle that was somehow out there where the receiver caught the ball. That kind of speaks to the abilities of some of these players, athletic ability of some of these linemen, right, Randall?
Yeah, the tenacity. Yeah, and because he's been giving us a great pass rush up the middle, completed pass. He gets back down there and lays a hit on the receiver.
Looks like they're going to call a timeout. They might have tried to draw him off sides.
Timeout, home team.
Yeah, I don't think this opportunity to expound on what we were just talking about there
absolutely.
about number 90, Demetrius Moore. He's rushing upfield. It's a short pass. And that's something that you do have to think about when you're completing these short passes. Someone coming from behind you, like in that case, a defensive lineman, the receiver isn't ready for that. He's not expecting that. Who expects a big guy like a defensive tackle to become screaming downfield to make the hit? So that you can get turnovers. It also delivers a blow on the receiver that he's not expecting. That is a case where you have some tenacity on the defensive tackle, great rush, and we've been talking about that, right? The defensive ends, they get in contain. Well, they have to rely on those guys in the middle to collapse the pocket, to push the pocket back. Otherwise, they're getting upfield, they're not going to be getting any pressure on the quarterback. Well, when you have big, tough guys like Demetrius Moore that puts on a heck of a good, almost swore there, heck of a good pass rush up the middle. You got the synergistic effect of the outside guys, the defensive ends containing the quarterback in the middle, and then you add on to that the fact that you're big, tough, strong defensive tackles are turning around and racing downfield and hitting the receiver. That is the makeup of a great defense.
So here we go. It's going to be 4th down. Looks like they're lining up to punt the ball. It's a really good decision. It's 4th and a long ways to go. Get the snap off. No one moves on the lines. Ball ball's back.
On the fumble at the 10-yard line.
They got a wall.
Still makes positive yardage. Stops.
Oh, he gets hit from behind. Yeah, that's a big hit. That's Isaiah Saif. He gets the ball and takes it up to the 30-yard line after fumbling it back to the 10-yard line. So it's a pretty good return, 20-yard return after fumbling the initial catch there.
And you see that, you see that sometimes, though. The fumble, that can disjoint the coverage.
Yeah.
Fumble the ball, take a little while to wait, and look, to me, for a minute, he had a wall of his blockers to the left side. Here we go. We're getting the replay there. Coming up the field. Good step over the ball. See there, he slowed down, stumbled at the line, at the sideline, and that allowed the other people to catch up to him.
Yeah, it was great pursuit actually by number 12 on the Bengals. He got the initial block. He was the one that pushed him on the outside in the first place. Didn't give up on the play. Came back and made the hit for the stop. It's nice to see the teams, even though the Bengals are down by quite a bit, still out here to play football. And every play is a new play. And there's a tale of two halves that's happened before, where teams can make huge comebacks. So the Kings can't rest on their laurels. They need to get out here and continue to drive the ball and score points. Cruz takes the snap, hands off, bounces out a couple times, 3 times. What a run. Absolutely nice. And there's a flag on the play.
That's Marcus Reed. We got
48-yard line of the Bengals.
We got a bevy of good running backs, because that was a sweet run right there.
That was a really great run. The way he went into his blocker, bounced out, went into another blocker, bounced out again, and went into another blocker and bounced out again. I mean, it was very close to being able to be broken away for an actual touchdown. It was a great run, nonetheless. It's going to push us with that penalty. It's going to put us onto the Bengals 39-yard line. So the Kings got the ball first down on the Bengals 39-yard line. Shotgun set, trips to the top.
Did we see what that penalty was?
I did not see what that penalty was. Looks like a pitch out, throws it to the right. Got a blocker out there on the edge, makes a stiff arm, and gets pushed out of bounds about the 23-yard line.
Quick pitch to the right, and if you look at the receivers, so they had doubles or trips to the right. It looks like they're in a passing formation. Quick pitch to the running back, and all those receivers were throwing blocks downfield.
Yeah, that was Marcus Reed on the carry there. Every running back that touches the ball on this team, as you were alluding to earlier, has been fabulous for this team. Last week we were missing McCutcheon, and it didn't matter. McCutcheon came in and went out in this game, but all the other running backs are picking up the slack. A dangerous team when you have this many good running backs.
And receivers that block.
Cruz takes the snap, rolls out to his left, got a man down the field, down the sideline, makes the catch, makes a little juke move. That's Deshaun Salgado with the catch.
Salgado on the catch. It's not the 8-yard line.
And you see, this is a little coaching point. He's there, and the ball's thrown, and he comes back to the ball. Comes back to the ball, makes the reception, then turns upfield. And that's something quarterbacks, you really love a receiver. You throw the ball, he's going to come back to the ball to make sure that there's no way for a defender to get in there, break the pass up. And then he makes a good move like that, turning upfield and getting a few extra yards.
Yeah, what I liked about it was he actually caught the ball before he made his move, which is something that is a downfall to a lot of receivers. Cruz takes the snap, takes the handoff, got a man in the middle. Just overthrows him. Oh, yeah. Man.
He wants that one back.
Yeah, Darnell Thompson was ready to receive that touchdown for sure, and just overthrew him. That was a pretty close play.
It looked to me that the defense kind of lost track of Darnell Thompson there.
Yeah, it seemed like he just kind of set back in the end zone there. By the time the ball was in the air, and they started moving towards him, which was a little too late. So I'll bring up second down and goal from the 9-yard line. Cruz takes the snap, rolling out to his right. Got a man out in the corner. Throws it out. Oh, is it caught?
It looked awful close to me. I'm going to say.
Wow, we're not getting a signal yet. We'll see. Oh, he's saying incomplete. Wow. Let's check out a replay on that. He throws the ball, lobs it up. He got some man in the back of the end zone. He jumps up. The ball's bobbled. Oh, that's very, very, very close.
Very close.
It looks like his left toe may have bounced in before it went out of bounds.
Yeah, his foot was in. The question is, did he have possession?
He definitely had possession. He was bobbling it for a second, but by the time his toe hit the end zone, he had that ball in his hands. That was Darnell Thompson. That was very close. It looked like he was on point there. So now bring up. Cruz throws it to the end zone again, coming back to the ball. That's a touchdown, Kings. Deshaun Salgado.
That's the classic rear shoulder catch. The defender had him well covered.
Very well covered.
The quarterback was on the exact same page as the receiver. The receiver drives upfield and then comes back to his outside shoulder. That's the rear shoulder catch. The defender had no idea what was happening right there. That was planned, and it was well executed.
Yeah, there was a penalty flag on the play after the play. It was definitely a catch for a touchdown. That was signaled a touchdown. We'll see what the penalty is for.
I think it's lousy dancing again. These guys got to take some boogie-woogie lessons.
Well, I think that maybe your type of dancing and their type of dancing may be something different.
Okay.
So that may be a negative thing on them. But
unsportsmanlike was the call. And it was for the spinning the ball or the demonstration after the game. And there he's saying it will be assessed on the kickoff.
So that's going to bring up the score for the Kings to 39-0 over these Pierce County Bengals. The Kings are just putting it on them. They're going to go for the extra point here and try to make it a cool 40-0.
Kings will go for one.
Some of the fans seem to be getting a little rowdy out here as well. There's the snap. The kick is up. Kick is good.
Well, let's find something for the Kings to work on. The guy came right up the middle. There was some leakage through the offense or through the line on the extra point. So that's something that they can try to improve on next week.
I think that you kind of hit the nail on the head when you said that the only thing to improve on at this point is probably their dance moves. I mean, in all honesty, every walk of this game. I mean, and as we've alluded to many times in the past about the penalties being an issue, we really have not seen that today.
Right.
There's been a couple penalties, but like an unsportsmanlike after they score a touchdown, they're not penalties that are hurting their momentum and stopping drives and pushing them backwards. So it's really a breath of fresh air to see these guys out here and more disciplined than they have been in the past.
That's a real good point. And as the season was going on, we were seeing actual procedural type of penalties, just where you make mistakes while you're playing. That dropped off. We talked about this, as you said last week. There was some of the unsportsmanlike conducts where it's getting into people's face and being aggressive after the play. That's fallen off too. Now all they are maybe demonstration penalties, but I'm with you. I like the way that they're not getting the same 15-yard penalties for pushing, shoving after the play.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't have a problem with bad dancing.
You know what? Those personal fouls and stuff, they can really ruin the momentum of the game. Like in Centralia last week, we could have been up a lot more early if we didn't have some of those big penalties. And the Kings have they're kind of looking like they're in playoff mode at this point already. As the Kings set to kick off the ball, they're going to kick it to the same guy again. They like him. He's got the ball. He's trying to make a miss, and he get a little bit of yards out of the play, but it's going to go down about a 9-yard gain on there.
He was running hard.
Yeah, he sure was. He wants to prove his point. He got out to the Kings' 41-yard line. So the Bengals will come out and take over the ball on the Kings' 41-yard line, first down and 10. We have 8:32 to go here in the second quarter. We'll see if the Bengals have some change in their game plan to hopefully put the Kings on their heels so that they can get some points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? They're going to just have to hit a bunch of short passes. And the problem is, I mean, because they don't have time to go downfield. Even when they leave two running backs in to help pick up the pass rush, they're not able to stretch the field. So you're going to have to do a bunch of short passes. I think that's about all they can pull off. Well, the defensive backs know that, and so now they're going to be tighter and tighter and tighter. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do on this drive.
All right, so the Bengals take the ball with I formation, 2 wide. Quarterback under center, takes a snap, hands it to the running back up the middle. Gets kind of stuffed up there. It looks like he might have gained about 1 or 2 yards on the play. They're going to spot him 2 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Yeah, Randall, you know, these guys, I mean, when the Bengals come in and they're going to play the Kings, or any team for that matter is going to come in and play the Kings, they're playing the 2-time defending national champion Kings. These guys are made to win championships, and they're here, and they're proving it to anybody that wants to step on the field with them. It's really entertaining to watch. Do you think these other teams get intimidated by this?
Well, they can, but the Bengals didn't seem intimidated at the beginning of the game. They seemed fired up. So, I mean, that can happen, but you also, you know, it's your call.
Yeah. So it takes quarterback under the center, takes the snap.
Snaps the ball.
Looks to his left, looks to his right, man in his face, throws the ball, errant pass. That's Paul Stevens again with the big rush right up the middle. Defensive tackle comes in, makes a big hit on the quarterback as he releases the ball.
Yeah, he's feeling the pressure because he had a guy open there. The receiver for the Bengals got open. There was maybe a little mistake on the coverage there, but he wasn't able to get to connect it because he sees these big guys coming right up the middle at him.
Yeah, it seemed like once he saw Stevens in his face, I mean, he was done with trying to throw the ball to somebody. He just wanted to get it out of the King's hands, so he threw it out of bounds, which is a good place to throw the ball.
Yeah, not that we blame him for that move. That's got to be something, to be a quarterback there and seeing these big interior guys, especially because the more athletic, quicker guys who are the outside, the defensive ends, are getting up and contained. Now, having said that, we have another defensive end here on the left, number 36, Michael Hutcherson.
Shotgun set, split backs, 2 wide, takes a snap, looks left, throws left, completes the pass. They try to pop the ball out of his arms. It's going to be good for about 4 yards on the play.
And that's as far as he could go. He doesn't have time for the receivers to run any deeper. And then once again, that's a 4-man rush. Good pressure inside. Defensive ends upfield to contain the quarterback so he can't roll out. And that's as far as the receiver is able to run before the quarterback has to throw the ball.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Randall. Is that, you know, if they're containing with 4 men, then they got all the rest of their team watching those wide receivers. Those comeback routes are the only thing that's going to be open. Maybe a quick slant or something like that. But we've seen an interception into one of those plays. We step back with a shotgun set. It's 4th down and 5 yards to go. Looks like they're going to try to draw him off sides or something with a hard snap again.
It worked once.
They're calling a timeout.
Bengals.
Yeah, that's going to be a timeout for the Bengals.
And that's what they're doing there. And it worked earlier in the game where they going to go for it on 4th down. Some quick count, hard count is what I was trying to say, and it drew them off sides. This time we were disciplined. You know, that's one of those deals. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. No, that's not how it goes. It goes the opposite to that, but that's the point I was trying to make. Yes, thank you very much, Ray. The point is they got burned the first time. They learned about it, didn't jump off sides, so that's impressive. You learn as you go.
That's actually the second 4th down stand that they've tried to draw them off sides and were unable to. After that first time, they learned their lesson. They've been disciplined enough to set back and wait for the quarterback or the center to actually pull that ball up, which is impressive. You know, that's one thing that even with a team that's a 2-time defending national champion, they're still learning throughout the game, and they're correcting their mistakes as they go, which is a huge mark to their success.
That's right.
Especially going forward. If they continue to correct their mistakes, the penalties were a huge mistake, and now they're not as big of an issue. And this team is looking like a team that's ready to win some big games. And this is a big game, and they're coming out here and making it look like it's practice.
Yeah, that is definitely a good point. Getting better during the game.
So we got 4th down at 5, 6 minutes to go, 6.5 minutes to go in the half. Quarterback bumps up, calling some audibles, it looks like. Takes the snap, looks right, throws it over the top. Ooh, he makes a great, it looks like I thought he made that catch. That was almost beautiful reception. Defender was all over him there.
That was
Look at this
good
pass.
effort.
He almost pulled that in.
Yeah,
Carlos Anderson on the coverage there makes a great defensive play. It stays exactly where it needs to be without getting into the receiver himself and getting a penalty called on him.
Yeah, he didn't get pass interference. Good position, good aggressive reaction to the ball, but technically sound enough that you don't get an interference call.
Yeah, that was a great play. So with that 4th down incompletion, it's actually going to bring up the Kings are gonna come out here and take over the ball on downs.
They haven't moved the chain. Oh, there they go. Okay.
I was wondering if they knew something I didn't know over there.
Yeah, well, the chain guys on the sideline, the chain gang, have to stand there until the official tells them to move.
Yeah, and all of these people out here, the chain gang and everything, these guys are all volunteers. We really appreciate all their help for these games. Cruz takes the snap, shotgun, little dump screen pass. Oh, there's McCutcheon back out on the field. He gets the ball, goes back up. He's got about an 8-yard gain on that play, maybe 9 yards.
And if you see that again, number 64, we mentioned him before, Josh Davis of the offensive line, getting out in front. It was a screen, so he's there, getting out in front of the receiver and pushing him on downfield. Good extension on the arms, get him backpedaling, and adds the extra yards for the running back.
Yeah, if McCutcheon even broke that last tackle, Davis was out there again to make the next block. It's really awesome watching these offensive linemen and how they do this. Oh, Cruz set to take the snap. It's a low snap. He's rolling to his left, looking to his right, throws it to the left, bobbles the catch a little bit, and that's just Sean Salgado on the catch there.
Called that name a few times today.
Yeah, Salgado's been all over the field today. He's been making big plays. He had the wherewithal to actually hold onto that ball as it was bouncing into his hands. It kind of bobbled. It almost made his move before he received the ball. And as we said earlier, that's one of those things that, if you're not focused, you will kind of take your eyes off the ball and not make a drop instead of making a positive first down completion. So it's first down and 10, 4 wide, one back. Cruz in the shotgun. Running to his right. Catch another completion right up the middle, and they're going to call it down there. It's a nice play.
And if you look at it's a receiver downfield, and if you look at the play as it went down, in front of him was again number 64, Josh Davis. Josh Davis was further downfield than the receiver, but he didn't leave the line of scrimmage till the pass was thrown because that would be a penalty. Good hustle there by the offensive line. Gosh, I love to see that.
Yeah, Pierre Culliver made a good move and got set kind of right in the zone where he could make the catch and Cruz could find him. So line up at shotgun. Second down and 1 yard to go. Gonna throw it across the middle. Oh, it's off of Barquette's hand and almost caught. Oh man, it was off of Barquette's hand and Culliver almost still brought it in.
Almost got it.
There was a little miscommunication on that play. Cruz kind of threw it right where both guys were, so they both tried to catch it. Both got a hand on it. The Bengals did not, so no harm, no foul. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
Well, no, they called illegal procedure against us on that play. You kind of wonder why you had 2 receivers so close there, but
I don't know if they're going to push the ball.
So they're not going to refuse it, I don't imagine.
It doesn't look like, they are pushing it back.
Yeah.
That'll bring back 5 yards.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, good protection on that play, too, because you really love it when the quarterback is able to step up into the pocket and throw the ball, fire it out.
Yeah, as we've seen through multiple games here, that Cruz is a very elusive quarterback in the backfield. He is no problem moving and throwing the ball to any direction while he's moving in any direction. It's very impressive to watch. Cruz takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, spin move. He's going to get taken down. That's a big sack there for the Bengals.
51 in the middle.
It's going to bring him all the way back to the 48-yard line. We'll take a look at this play as it unfolds. Yeah, he just gets a hold of him and they just take him down. That's one of the first times I've seen Cruz go down in the backfield.
Yes, it is, and they only brought 3 people. They were dropping a ton of people into coverage, but he wasn't back there long enough to call that a coverage sack, but that was it. They had a lot of people back in coverage. They brought 3 men on the rush, and they got to him. First time today, I think.
Yeah, so 3rd down and 12 here. Takes his shotgun snap. He's going to throw it to the left side. Oh.
But we're going to get a first down on that.
Is that a late hit?
I believe so. I should wait.
The 75th flag on the play.
There are multiple flags, so it was clear to the officials. Holding, gee whiz. Holding on
us.
Personal foul on them.
There's 2 penalties on the play, and they're
They offset, so they're going to replay that down.
Third down.
Yeah, because we saw that late hit. Didn't see the holding. It seems
funny how we see the stuff that's against them and not against us. So
yeah. Well, I was going to say, it seems that the severity of the penalty should actually take precedence.
Yeah, I think a late hit is a little bit more severe than a holding.
Absolutely.
All right, so here we go. 3rd down and 12 for the 3rd time. Drops back, throws it to the right. Got a player, makes the catch, taken down at the 25-yard line.
Mike Waller there making the catch. Well, he's a defensive back. Number 3 is the one that caught it. Mike Waller is what we were told is his number. And that was good, too, because he actually made a great play. He got up, he got to where he needed to get for the 1st down, right? Comes back to the ball, still in the 1st down. Then he makes that quick move where the defender missed him. So that extra run was just pure effort on his part. The thing was, it was a smart move on what he did, because he got upfield to the 1st down, and then came back to the ball and then made the move.
That's exactly right. That'll bring up 1st down and 10 here. The Kings getting the ball at the 25-yard line. Low snap. Cruz takes it. He's running to his left. He throws to the right. Got a man wide open for a touchdown. Is that Salgado again?
And here comes the public voice.
Deshaun Salgado with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
The guy's having a great game. Great game. And they brought people. They brought pressure. See, that's just fantastic. The Bengals brought pressure. The running back, I didn't catch his number, the running back stepped up and picked up the blitz.
Yeah, and then Cruz just throws it right down the field to a wide open Salgado.
Right, and that's great. When they bring that many people, then they have to get man-to-man coverage in the backfield or the defensive backfield, and that leaves the guy with the opportunity to get wide open like that.
Yeah, what a play. And that low snap probably drew everybody in and then allowed Salgado to get wide open back in the back of the end zone there. He was unaccounted for, that's for sure. As they line up for the extra point here.
Low snap.
Kick is up.
What else is new from number?
Kick is good.
Okay, and once again, they got some pressure. The Bengals got some pressure up the middle through the middle of the field goal extra point blocking line, and so that's something we can work on, because that's twice in a row. They're getting pressure up the middle, and so good. Now when they go to practice next week, they'll say, we got something we need to work on here.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Paul Dickey might be the leading scorer in this entire league by the end of the season. The way he's putting just extra points on extra points on extra points through. Seen him kick a couple field goals, but, this guy's is automatic out there.
Yeah, 1 point at a time. Lead the league in points, in scoring, 1 point at a time.
It can happen. Except that Cruz is throwing the ball to all those wide receivers, so I don't know if that's actually going to happen.
Yeah, that was, and you were talking about earlier how Cruz is able to throw the ball on the move. And that was another thing. Of course, the guy was wide open. That makes it a little easier, but the ball was right where it needed to be. Cruz moved around a little bit, zipped it out there, boom, touchdown.
Yeah, it seems like his elusiveness in the backfield is definitely paramount to his success. He's back there, he's moving left, he's moving right, and he's throwing the ball the opposite field with the opposite arm, and it's just going exactly where it needs to go. It's very impressive to watch.
Here comes the kickoff.
So the Kings line up for the kickoff here, and they're going to kick it back. Oh, another guy gets it. And he's running backwards, and he gets tackled after a short loss after the return. Looks like he gets out to about the 37-yard line.
And going back to that play before, going back to the Kings offense, and you mentioned this a few times, where what's really impressive about Cruz is not only his game management, his knowledge of what's going on at every instant during the play, but how he is able to throw a real accurate pass, no matter where his feet are placed, no matter where he's moving, no matter which way he's going, he's able to zip the ball where it needs to go without really having to set his feet and stride into the throw.
Yeah, that tells you one thing. The guy has a cannon for an arm.
Yes.
I mean, he's up there. If he can throw the ball running the opposite direction across his body, across the field, it's a dangerous pass that every coach in the world will tell you never do. But he's up there and he has no fear to throw these balls. And his success is obviously paramount. It's been speaking volumes as we watch him play.
Yeah, last week you really were impressed by one of those plays last week where he threw across his body, and you said it then. Coaches tell you not to do it, except unless you can do it.
Yeah, we brought up Brett Favre last week, who's able to do that, and it's impressive to watch him do it. So, Bengals to take over, 1st and 10. Takes the snap, rolls out of the pocket to his right. He's got pressure in his face. Throws the ball, complete pass. That's good for a first down.
That was a good play, too, because they brought a lot of pressure. And on that particular play, I'm not going to mention his name because it was something negative, but we lost contain. The left end lost contain. Quarterback was able to roll out, and we were bringing pressure. So that is an impressive gain because they had people rushing the quarterback. Quarterback rolls out. That's why you got to be in contain. Get upfield, contain the guy inside. Not that it's going to really cause a problem with us in this game, but that was a good play by the quarterback.
Yeah, Vika Lafau was on the tackle there. He wrapped him up very well. He wasn't going to go anywhere once he got into his arms and took him down to negate any further damage from that play.
When he wraps you up, you're going down.
Yes. So that'll bring him 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. Bengals trying to make a drive happen with 2 minutes and 45 to go in the second quarter here. Try to get some momentum built before halftime. They hand the ball off. It looks like a little collision in the backfield with his own man. And he gets stuffed and taken down for about a 1 or 2 yard loss on the play.
Paul Stevens there, the big guy making the tackle, number 99. The Bengals pulled the left side of their line. It looked like a GT sweep, counter gap, what the Washington Redskins made famous. But the running back, you take it on the left side, then you're going to follow your blockers across to the right side. But no one accounted for big number 99. It seems he was able to break through, and that's one of the problems with a long developing play like that. If you don't stop the penetration, you get nailed like you did there.
Yeah, I think that the collision with the lineman in the backfield is really what slowed down the Bengals' forward movement there. So and that allowed Stevens to get in there and make that tackle. That'll bring up our 2-minute warning on the game here. So the players take a little break here and get some, hopefully get some water and recoup to where they need to be at. It's been all Kings so far. The score is 47-0 over the Pierce County Bengals. 2 minutes to go. Kings have been pretty good on every side of the ball. They've been scoring in bunches. There's been Deshaun Salgado has made some great receptions. Cruz has thrown the ball very, very well. Even backup quarterback Brian Stogsdill got in for that touchdown on the misdirection to start the game off. The Kings have just been putting in work, and it's going to be exciting to see what they can bring in the second half. On this pace, they're looking to score nearly 100 points today, which would be an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, you were commenting the other day. You saw how I got a new car. You asked me where I got it from, and I told you, it was new car sales from a rent-a-car company. And you're going to rent a car. You really want to buy a car from them? Remember that conversation we had?
Yep.
But I told you, these guys, they have a great deal. They take care of their cars. And the person that I talked to down there, Jamie, was fantastic. I really enjoyed the whole process of buying this rental car because it was so well maintained. Back to you, Ray.
Again, we're not exactly fulfilling the advertising spot for the company that provided this great service because they're not on with Apache Wolf Productions. They take the snap, rolls out, got men all over in his face. Ooh, yeah, I think that was pretty much uncatchable. They're going to throw a pity flag out there on the field. That is definitely a pity flag.
That wasn't catchable. That is a late flag.
That ball was not going to be caught by anybody. They're going to call it looks like a pass interference or a holding on Carlos Anderson, who just happened to be on coverage. Neither the receiver nor him looked back for the ball. They were both out of position, and then as soon as he saw the ball fall flat, the receiver pretended like he was held.
See, if it's holding, it doesn't matter if it's catchable. But if it's pass interference, then that would matter.
I'm still waiting for the white hat to signal what's going on. He's just saying first down.
That'll be automatic first down for the Bengals.
That first down will bring a rise from the crowd.
31-yard line. 154 left on the clock. Let's put it in the end zone. Let's get on the scoreboard.
You have no problem with them scoring here.
Points. We like points.
So Bengals first and 10 from the Kings' 31-yard line. Kings still baffled by that last play, but just shrug it off and let's move on. Takes the snap, got some pressure again. He's going to throw a swing pass out to the outside. And guess who's there on the tackle? That's Vika Lafau. He is making another tackle. Again, he touches you, you go down.
Yeah, he gets you. You're going down. They sent a lot of pressure. That was a good play. That's a good call. That's what you're going to do, swing it out when the Kings are bringing pressure. But it's just the pursuit and the speed and the athleticism of the Kings' defensive backs and the people on the perimeter. Because, again, that's the play you're going to call. You got to slow the pressure down, swing it out, but we're still able to get to them. Although they picked up a pretty good gain right there.
No, that was a good gain on their part. It was a 6-yard gain on the play, but the Bengals have been looking to try to get that play to happen for quite a few times now throughout this game. They've been trying to get that little swing pass, but they've been off timing with the running backs when they're swinging out to catch the ball, or the quarterback's throwing the little not enough touch on it. You're right. So it takes a snap. So delayed handoff to the fullback. Fullback goes down for a loss. That's going to bring him back almost to the original line of scrimmage. Bring up 3rd down and 9 for the next down.
And that's a draw. So they're running a draw. And you got an interior guy, number 90, once again, Demetrius Moore. When you're trying to draw him, trying to entice him upfield, and he's just so powerful that he brings the whole field with him. You don't entice him upfield, he just brings everyone back, and it's a big loss. And you're not supposed to get tackled for a loss on a draw like that.
No, the defense seemed to be keying on it, but it was actually the lineman who made the play, so it wasn't even a linebacker that filled a hole or anything. It was just another good play. We got a couple more flags on the field. Might as well extend this half out a little bit longer.
I think it's illegal substitution, I think is what they were saying there.
They're going to bring them back 5 yards, so the Bengals are going to be at third and 14.
And Ray, that was an astute point that you just made, because I thought it was a linebacker too. That's what you see. A great linebacker will read the draw, right? Because you're showing pass. That's what a draw is. They show pass. That's to get the linebackers to drop back and get the defensive linemen to rush upfield. And the way he hit him, I thought it was a linebacker too, but it wasn't. It was the defensive tackle just overpowering the blockers, even though the play was well called.
Yeah, I think that the Kings' defensive line is so impressive. They've been overpowering everybody they've been facing this season, and I don't really see any stop to it. So it's 3rd down and 14.
Just bringing 4.
Throws it up the middle, got a man wide open to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown Bengals.
Yeah, that was a nice play over the middle, and the quarterback, this was the thing. Quarterback was impressive there, because they only brought 4, but he's been getting hammered. He stayed in the pocket. You watch his feet. He shuffles up, steps forward into the pocket, doesn't get scared, doesn't bail out, and then hits the guy over the middle. Now, he shouldn't be that wide open over the middle. Someone messed that up, but that was a pretty impressive play by the quarterback from the Bengals.
Yeah, for sure. It was a wide open play, but the quarterback did exactly as you said. He stepped up and he hit him in stride, and they made that touchdown. So the Bengals put some points on the board before the end of the half. Could be a big momentum shift coming up. The Bengals could try to build off of this and make this a more competitive game going into the second half. So it's exciting to see what we got going on. They're going to go for 2 on this play. Looks like the refs called an audible on that play. They're going to throw a flag on a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, they're going to get that too. That was a deal where the king defender is not playing the ball. He's playing the man. He runs into him. They're probably going to get that. Now it's going to be embarrassing if they actually call that offensive interference, because I'm going against our guys, but I'm pretty sure that was defensive pass interference.
Yeah, there's a little scuffling going on the other side of the field there. Paul Stevens involved in a little bit of chit-chat, we'll call it, with the other team. we'll see what happens. If it's against the Kings, it's going to be a half the distance to the goal.
And that's it. You look at the score, 47-0, and you're thinking, you don't care if they score, but as a defender, that's a huge thing. You don't care if it's 47, if it's 90-0. You hate to give up any points in the game. That shutout is big. You love the shutout as a defender.
Yeah, our scoreboard was saying 47-0. You would have thought the home team scoreboard keeper would have changed that immediately when they got into the end zone. I mean, they called a touchdown from the PA when they were on the 5-yard line. So, I mean, it was obvious it was going to be a touchdown, but it's still a dramatic thing to get some points on the board and get that goose egg off of there.
That's right. Yeah.
Get that monkey off your back so you can provide some offense moving forward here.
And what's great about that was that it was such a well-executed drive, actually. I mean, it wasn't a mistake. They hit a long pass and then pushed it in. Timeout by the Kings.
Yeah, they had a player running in there on the field, and he wasn't in position to get in there to negate the penalty. They call a timeout.
And the Kings, they're still playing, right? 47-6, and you don't get to keep these timeouts. The timeouts from the first half you lose if you don't use them, so you might as well use them. 47-6. Yeah, the coaches are still into it. They're still playing hard. They call timeout because they needed a guy out on the field.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. That's the first timeout for the Kings in the half, so they might as well have used it at that point. They should have just called it before that big guy had to. You waste all that wind to run out there like he was.
Yeah. Well, I think the coaches did that on purpose. I think they want to help him develop his cardiovascular abilities. So they said, well, let him run out there, then call timeout. Because, the coaches are always thinking over there. And I'm being humorous there, but that's just one dang good coaching staff.
Yeah, they seem to be on all points of the field. They have different coaches in different positions specifying exactly what needs to happen on certain plays. So the special teams coach, the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator. I saw a quarterbacks coach down there. So they got coaches in every facet trying to make this team as good of a team as possible. And the Kings, they believe in themselves and they believe in their coaching and they listen to what they have to say.
Yes, they do.
So as we line up for the third time here for the 2-point conversion, we got a 4-wide set. Quarterback in shotgun, looks to his right, throws it up the middle, almost intercepted. That's incomplete. All right, that'll negate any points after the touchdown. Bengals do put their first points on the board, score 6 points with a very nice pass over the middle with a wide open receiver, runs in freely for a touchdown.
Halftime entertainment by Buster the Bengal.
Yeah, that was a good way, and like you're saying, give you some momentum. That's a good way to finish up the half.
Yeah, we still have 51 seconds left in the half, so don't count the Kings out from scoring in this short period of time. From my experience watching these guys, I really haven't seen them just take a knee. So until the very last play of last week's game.
Right. Yeah. When they had to, because for sportsmanship.
Yeah.
No, the Kings keep playing. They're a good, hard-working team.
Yeah, they're a well-disciplined team out here, firing on all cylinders. They're playing good football today, that's for sure. And these Pierce County Bengals are just trying to hang on for dear life so they can make it a game. And we're all excited to see it be a game. So I hope the next half we get a little bit more competitiveness across the board for both teams.
Yeah, like you said, back-to-back national champions, back-to-back and back again. That's what I think we're looking at. I think we're looking back again.
It's very possible. It's a long road to get down, which also brings up a point to our advertising. You're talking about a championship football team. You're talking about a team that people watch. You're talking about a team that when all these other guys, if the Bengals were out of it, if these other teams are out of it, they're going to want to watch to see who wins the championship.
That's right.
That's going to be on our broadcast. So get your advertising in here, and we'll get it taken care of for you.
360-930-9615.
That is a very high end-over-end kick. It's going out of bounds. Yet another flag. At least we know exactly what this one is.
Yeah, it's out of bounds. So what you can say is that wasn't a mistake by the receiving team, the kick returner, because he knew it was going out of bounds. That was a little far to let the ball roll. That's a live ball, of course, as we all know.
Yes.
And if the kicking team gets down there and falls on it, it's theirs. It worked out to our advantage. I'm thinking he wasn't thinking that, so that's probably something where he would prefer to just pick it up and try to get as much as he could have.
Yeah, the Kings have got a fortunate break from it bouncing out, but that was a really high end-over-end kick that once it hit, it kind of bounced aggressively towards the out of bounds there. But you're right, it's a live ball bouncing around that no one's laying on, so it's important that they get it going. So we'll see what the Kings want to do. They're going to call a false start or...
Yeah, procedure.
On the Bengals?
Legal procedure, kicking ball out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he just pointed the wrong way.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what he was talking about there.
So the Kings line up with 4 wide receivers in a shotgun set with 45 seconds. They do a little screen pass in there. Oh, yeah, he's going up the sideline. He's got some blockers out in front of him. He's going to get up there to about the 47-yard line. Man, they just keep their foot on the accelerator, don't they?
They sure do. That was a middle screen where they let the defensive rush get past them, and they just dump it off right there, and he runs upfield, gets a nice run there.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch the diversity of running backs that they have here. With right there, that was Marcus Reed. He seems to be pretty elusive, a little bit slower to hit the holes. Then you got McCutcheon, who's just the gunner. The guy just runs like a bullet out of a gun.
One cut and go.
Just gone. And then there's just a lot of different versatility that you get from the different running backs. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, sure do. And that run there, that was a nice run. Basic play, nice run.
So with 28 seconds left to go in the game, Cruz takes the snap, steps back, got a man. Oh, he throws an interception. If that's caught, that's an interception. The Bengals will take over on the 39-yard line.
You gotta wonder what happened there, because let's find something to talk about, right? On that play, they only brought 3 people, and I think that I think he had plenty of time to throw the ball. I don't know what happened.
Looked like he may have slipped on his comeback route, and the defender just jumped the route and made the play. So it was a pretty close play. Culliver was the intended receiver as it was thrown out there.
We've seen some great plays by Culliver too.
Yeah,
so far this year.
So the Bengals will take the ball back over after that turnover and the interception by Cruz. And there'll be 22 seconds left in the quarter, or in the half rather, and the Bengals are down by 41 points. So we'll see if they have any kind of game plan or if they just want to get out of this quarter. They're down by so much, they should go for something big here.
Yeah, I would, sure. Yeah, throw it on downfield, unless it gets intercepted, in which case I wouldn't do that. Yeah, go for it.
Got a little time in the pocket, throws it, gets out of bounds.
Kudos to the Bengals, right?
It's going to go to the 42-yard line. It's going to be a yard or two short of the first down. The Bengals are...
But he's out of bounds, stops the clock. Hey, okay.
Doesn't look like the line of scrimmage moved at all.
It doesn't.
Wonder if he was out of bounds before he caught it or was bobbling the ball at the time of the catch.
Yeah, I didn't see it hit the ground. That must have been the deal. That's too bad, because you get a couple more of those plays, and then you got a shot for the end zone on the last play of the half.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Takes the ball, throws it right up the middle of the field. Oh, that's dangerous territory. 3 Kings receivers in that area. Bengals looked like they were trying to draw a pass interference on that play.
Well, you know what though? He had a shot at that. There were people converging on him, but he was open for a little while. I think the quarterback just misfired on that. But you're right. There are people all around him. So that was a chance. They had a chance to get a pretty good gain right there. So the phone number to call, by the way, is 360-930-9615. And Ray and I would love to discuss your product with our viewing audience.
Yeah, that's Apache Wolf Productions, and we're just looking for some sponsors to help keep this broadcast going and keep our fans entertained and expand it and make it better for everybody else that's watching. Bengals set back, takes a snap in the shotgun set, looks left, looks right, got a man, throws it to the sideline. He's trying to make a break for it, and he doesn't quite get out of bounds. Looks like the clock should continue to run, and that'll bring us to the end of the second quarter.
The official over here actually called him out of bounds. So they should put a few more seconds back on the clock.
There'll be one untimed down. That's going to be a first down from the 50-yard line. What do you see here? Hail Mary?
Well, yeah. I mean, you got one time, you got one down. And what's going to happen? I guess the concern would be that it could be an intercepted return for a touchdown. That's not going to cost you the game, though, because it's already 47-6. So yeah, I'd go. Heck yeah, put it up there. Go for the end zone. Of course, I'm kind of a gambler like that.
Yeah, you just question whether the quarterback can even possibly have enough time with just a three-man rush to throw a ball all the way down to the end zone.
Yes. And that's true. I don't know the arm strength, because you got to put it in the end zone. You pretty much got to figure out, put it in the end zone, maybe the ball gets bounced around and they catch it. That's a good point, Ray. Does he have this arm strength to put it 50, 55 yards in the air?
Or can he evade the pressure enough time to throw the ball deep? And he steps up. He's got a runner. He throws it, gets it down pretty far. Looks like it's going to be popped up and incomplete. So that's going to bring us to the end of the half. Your Kings lead the Pierce County Bengals 47-6.
And I got to tell you, it was enjoyable. It was a rental car. They're selling the car, and I was working with Jamie. Made it worthwhile. It was really enjoyable, and would really love to tell you who they were, but they didn't call 360-930-9615. Hey, so Enterprise Car Sales, give us a call. Put Ray and me on the job for you.
So with that ends the half for the Kings versus the Bengals today. It's been quite a game so far. If you're a Kings fan, it's been a little heartbreaking for the Bengals out there. The Kings have pretty much dominated in just about every walk of this game. They've defensively is really what got them started in this game. They made some big stops and then in turn had good field position and were able to make some big plays to score some touchdowns.
Yeah, right off the bat, right from the very beginning of the game, the Kings have just been playing great football. We found something they need to work on. They were getting some pressure on extra points up the middle. Other than that, it's been one heck of a game. And there's 2 points that you made that I really think were astute, and I really want to agree with you on. One is how they get better as the game goes on. The Kings, they're so far ahead. It'd be so easy just to cruise. But you mentioned that yourself. They get better as the game goes on, and you can actually see them improve. That's the mark of a great team. And also, it seems that they're getting a little better under control. They're not getting the late hits, the penalties. In that case, they're getting the bad dancing penalties. That's less of a concern to me.
Yeah.
But they're not doing like they did last week, where they're getting some cheap shots, some late hits. And so that's definitely an improvement.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch, and like since we've started doing this broadcast, they've gotten better. The Kings have gotten better, even though they're still winning decisively in every single game. They're getting better, and it's kind of scary for the rest of the league to see these guys that are already the two-time defending national champions getting better on a day-to-day basis, and they're getting better in game too, which is really impressive. They didn't make the same mistake of getting drawn off sides like they did at the beginning of the game. That cost them a first down, or cost them a defensive first down. It's been a lot of fun to see what they can do. So I'm really excited to see what happens with the Kings going forward. Obviously, this game is really a dominating performance. It's pretty far out of reach, but you never know in football. So I just want to see what the Kings can do to continue this process during this game. Also, our next home game, which is next week at Chief Leschi High School, a beautiful stadium. Bring the friends and family out.
Come on down
and support the Kings. It's going to be their last home game before the playoffs, and this is a team that you're lucky to have around in this area. So get out and support them, and come down and see them.
Yeah, it's at 6 o'clock, and it's just a great experience. You know, football in the spring is wonderful, and it's always good when your home team is the one that is expected to win. So that definitely come on down there and let's have a good time down there.
Yeah, I grew up in Puyallup myself, and you know, I'm not part of the Puyallup Nation, but I mean, to have the name Puyallup out there is really cool, and it's kind of a big deal to me to be able to be a part of this, to be able to see this team and where they're going and what's going to happen. So I'm really excited to see what we can do going forward, especially coming up with the playoffs. It's going to be super exciting, and man, we're talking 80-degree football. Like, guys, this is amazing. Like, get out here and enjoy this.
Great time.
You can't have a better day than a Saturday watching football in 80-degree weather. So it's pretty awesome.
And what's great now is that Puyallup, that is going around the world. People all over the world now know about the Puyallup area and the Puyallup Nation Kings. The Nation Kings, that's the Puyallup tribe. That's the nation, and we are the King Salmons, the Nation Kings, the Puyallup Nation Kings.
Yeah, so it was a great first half, and we can't wait to get back for the second half. We're going to go on for the short break here, and we'll see you guys back in a little bit. Thanks for joining us.
77% of students are bullied mentally, verbally, and physically. Cyberbullying statistics are rapidly approaching similar numbers, with 43% experiencing cyberbullying. Like all forms of bullying, cyberbullying causes psychological, emotional, and physical stress. Each person's response to being bullied is unique. Those who are bullied have a higher risk of depression, anxiety, and self-esteem can be lowered. Bullying victims are 2 to 9 times more likely to consider committing suicide. Help us save lives. When you are being bullied, or see or know of bullying happening, telling a trusted adult is the right thing to do. Only 1 in 10 victims tell an adult. Do what is right. Do not be afraid to stand up and speak out about bullying. Bullying isn't cool. Remember that adults can't help if they don't know. Adults are here to help us all become good individuals. Bullying is not acceptable. Together, we can stop it, so the world can be a better place.
What if I told you
it only takes 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2.
What if I told you
you have the power?
The power.
The power.
In just 2 minutes.
To save a life.
save a life?
To save a life.
Are you in?
Are you in? Honey, we all have one thing in common.
One thing in common.
We're all the same.
We all have the power to save a life
and improve up to 50 lives.
Every day, 123,000 people
are waiting for a life-saving transplant.
Every day.
Every 10 minutes.
Someone's added to the waiting list.
Did you know that every major religion in the U.S. supports organ, eye, and tissue donations?
Cerca del 62% de los que están en la lista de espera son de diferentes nacionalidades y culturas.
Sign up to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor today.
And be sure to share your decisions with your loved ones.
You don't need them when you're gone.
But others do.
You have the power to donate life.
Are you in? Have you registered? Stop and go to donatelife.net and see how easy it is.
It's game time with live play-by-play coverage of tonight's game brought to you by cgame.live. Tonight's game is sponsored by these fine businesses and organizations. Hawaii is home always. Apache Wolf Productions. King's Fireworks. The Puyallup Nation Kings. The Pacific Ohana Foundation. Native Ways LLC. Cabana and Associates. And your business. And now, it's time for the second half of the game. Here's more play-by-play action right here on cgame.live.
Hello and welcome back to the second half of play here at beautiful Sunset Stadium here in Sumner, Washington. This is bringing the broadcast of the Kings football, Puyallup Nation Kings football versus the Pierce County Bengals to you guys live here at cgame.live. We're really happy to be here, and this broadcast is brought to you by Apache Wolf Productions, putting together a great setup for us. We have a great platform for everybody to be able to view the game and enjoy the game from the comfort of their own home, couch, computer, whatever they want to do. It's pretty fun. My name is Ray Lana, and with me is Randall.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, we're about to kick off the second half. The score so far is the Puyallup Nation Kings 47 and the Pierce County Bengals 6. It's been a dominant performance, obviously, by the Kings so far throughout this game, and they hope to continue the process throughout the second half of this game. Randall, if you could pick a point in this game, something that the Kings still could work on to help them to kind of get over the hump and become a team that can completely dominate, even more so than they do, what would you suggest?
Well, there's a couple of things. One, I'm going to go back and say this again, is that let's shore up our protection on the extra points. Boy, I find something to complain about. But you know what I would like to see? I'd like to see us run the ball. I haven't really seen us knock people off the ball. So that would be interesting for us to work on the run blocking. I don't know if we can do that or not. We've never really had to. Later on, when we get into the season, get into the playoffs, it's possible that we could come up against the defensive line that's as talented and as big as we are and as well coached. And sometimes it comes right down to it. You got to be able to knock people off the ball. So I say, we got a big lead. I would really like to watch this offensive line, this big, strong, talented offensive line, get off there, get into their defensive guys, knock that defensive line off the ball. And that, I think, would be good exercise to head into the playoffs.
No, I agree with you, and I think I've said it in a couple of the previous broadcasts that's the one thing that we don't see a lot is them grinding the game out and kind of getting first down after first down by running the ball, pushing the defense back, and using the clock. That's not their strong suit, using the clock. They use the clock for about a minute and 20 seconds. They're either going to score a touchdown or they're not, and that's pretty much how it goes. But when they do run the ball, they've been super effective. And they're not getting 2 and 3 yards. They're getting 20 and 30 yards on some of their runs, and it's been really impressive. And they've been doing it with a whole, stable of running backs.
Stable of backs.
They're all doing well back there, and I don't know if that's just the offensive line or if their talent is just that deep. I saw Hutcherson out here during the halftime, and it looked like he was hobbling around a little bit, and he was kind of half street clothes, half game clothes. So I don't know if we'll be seeing him back for the remainder of the game. I hope it's nothing serious, just a little banged up. But the Kings have been very effective without him. Even last week, as we saw in Centralia, they just did what they needed to do against Thurston County there. So as we get set to get underway here in the second half, the Bengals are going to kick off to the Kings. They're going to be Kings are going to be receiving the ball from left to right on your screen. It's going to be another action-packed half, and we thank you for joining us here.
And we're ready to kick off. The game's about to get underway again.
Maybe. It's taking a little longer than normal.
Okay, start the second half with the Bengals kicking the ball off. They're on 35.
Get those linesmen some water.
There's the whistle.
All right, so Bengals kick off.
Booming kick.
That's a deep kick.
They can surprise the Kings a little bit.
About to the 8-yard line. receives the ball, makes a couple moves, comes back the other direction, got some blockers, makes a nice spin move. He's still going. Gets up to about the 39-yard line. Wow, what a play. I mean, there was he bounced back the other direction, made one man miss, got some solid blocks in there. What did you see on that play, Randall?
Well, that's the different styles that we have with people carrying the ball, because one of the things I've always liked about our running backs, they're kind of the one cut and go, hit upfield, take the charge, accelerate upfield. Well, that's a change of style. This running back here made a cut here, cut there, kind of the Barry Sanders mode. So that is really tough for a defense to have to deal with that change-up of mode. I like this basic concept that we get the ball, fly upfield, attack the defense, but then you throw in this change of pace running back like that guy.
I bet he's going to take a soundbite from that comment saying Barry Sanders and him in the same breath. He's going to put that on his highlight reel. All right, so as we get set to start, the Kings are going to take the ball, 1st and 10. Looks like from the 40-yard line it's been spotted. They're changing out the ball now. Oh, they're throwing another ball out of there. So Kings set up 4 wide, 1 back, shotgun set. Pump fake, throws the ball deep, got a man wide open. That's Barquette. He makes a stiff arm.
Katron Barquette
makes the catch down all the way to the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. It looks like.
We commented how he missed last week.
Yeah.
And this is what we missed last week. Although of course it was a blowout last week too. But that was just a nice pattern run by the receiver. Quarterback stepped in there and zipped the ball. That was a nice play.
Yeah. Katron actually really impresses me when I see him playing out there. If he just keeps his cool as he plays and doesn't get some silly penalties, he's an outstanding player. Drops back, steps up in the pocket, got Katron again, wide open. That's a good for a Kings touchdown. Barquette, back-to-back receptions, decides to drive all the way down 70 yards by himself with the help of passes from Cruz. Actually, that's not Barquette. That's Salgado again on the touchdown.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, Barquette actually, I happened to be watching him on that. He set up shallow. He was like a relief pass or a emergency pass, and they went down to Delgado.
Yeah, that's actually the 3rd touchdown or 4th touchdown by Salgado in this game so far. That is an incredible feat. It is a career day for him. He's been running routes very well, getting the ball thrown to him. Cruz has all the faith in the world in him. We set up for the extra point here. Snap is up. Kick is up. And it's good. That's good. Paul Dickey with another one. He is automatic back there.
As a quick aside there, when they were switching out the ball earlier, when the officials were switching out the ball, the official threw it to the sideline, and I noticed that Salgado ran over and tried to catch the ball before the official got to it.
Yeah, I saw that too. And then I saw Barquette on the other side actually throw the ball to the sideline from the other side of the field, and it looks like he's got a pretty good arm on him too, honestly. So
trick play.
That's gonna bring the score now to Kings 54, Bengals 6. It's been all Kings. Bengals scored right before the half, which is nice to see. They were trying to get some momentum built, and then the Kings come out systematically in 2 plays after a good return and score a touchdown. It's a little disheartening if you're a Bengals fan, but as a Kings fan, I can tell you it's a lot of fun to watch.
It is a lot of fun to watch. Beautiful day here in the Seattle area. We've got spring football. I mean, so we don't have to watch baseball.
Let's go ahead and make it summertime football. We're in July now.
That's right.
We're going to call it summertime football now.
It is summertime football. We are a spring league, but we play into the summer. That's a good point.
And we're set for the kickoff here. It's a shallow kick. Same spot as they've been going. They've been now they're setting up a wedge for that return, and they get nowhere. It's like going to go out to about the 28-yard line there.
Yeah, he was running towards the middle of the field. Possibly he was hoping they would set up the wedge or a return. And what do we have? Illegal procedure on the Kings.
No, you're good. Sure. Yeah, you're good. Sure.
When the guy crossed the line early or something?
Well, there's another penalty out there. Looks like it's going to be a 10-yarder against the Bengals, it looks like, because they're back in the Bengals. Or no, they're starting from the 28-yard line, rather, and they're moving it forward. That was a 5-yard penalty. So the Bengals will be taking over on the 33-yard line. 1st and 10.
Well, now's the time to make something happen if you're going to get anything going.
1st and 10, Bengals take over from their own 33-yard line. Shotgun formation.
And they make the sack in the backfield. That negates that penalty that they just received. He's going to go back all the way to the 22-yard line. That was 23-yard line, rather.
That was Isaiah Martin. We've been mentioning him for much of the game. He has a great outside contain rush, keeps the quarterback into the pocket. But in that case, nobody touched him. It was only a 4-man rush. It's not like they were looking inside to pick up the blitz. And you have this guy, Isaiah, that's been putting the pressure on the quarterback all game. So how do you not block him? I'm wondering what's going on out there. I got 4 guys rushing, and this guy's been on you all game. That's someone that you certainly should be looking for.
I don't know if it's something that they're actually not blocking him or they just can't block him, because he's been pretty much doing what he wants at will back there. The Bengals line up on 2nd down and long, hand the ball off, and they get stuffed as soon as he gets the ball, and they're gonna get nowhere on that. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Looks like they are going to spot him at the line of scrimmage. So we're talking about 3rd down and 20.
3rd down and long here.
All right, bring out your 3rd and 20 play.
Clearly, that's the hook and ladder play.
yeah, some kind of trick play.
Statue of Liberty, maybe?
Well, you'd be too deep on that one.
Yeah.
You'd be so deep in the backfield.
It's Boise State, maybe a halfback pass or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If they're smart, they'll go for a play that takes half of that yardage away and then try to go for another play on 4th down.
It's got to be quick. Got to be quick out, something like that.
Running for his life, throws it, got a man. Oh, incomplete. Couldn't quite pull it in. There's good coverage on the play by Dante Green. He was on him, and he waited until the ball touched his hands before he made the attempt at the defensive play, which is exactly what you want out of the guy. It's a breath of fresh air, because a couple weeks ago we would have probably seen a pass interference on that same play.
Yeah, good discipline on there, and you're right. Actually, it was not a bad pattern, and it wasn't a quick play. The quarterback stepped back, stepped into the pocket, let go of the ball, and he sent it downfield quite a ways. So he still had enough protection for them to run a relatively deep play. They just weren't able to pull it off.
One team on the field.
Looks like the Bengals are going to set back to punt the ball. Low snap. Kicks it very, very high. They're just going to let that one bounce.
On the 46.
Might be a penalty on that play.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Like Parker might have got a piece of him there on that play.
I don't think he anticipated kicking that short.
I don't think there's any question about that.
I don't think it was intentional necessarily, but he was running behind him and he got him in the back for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was intentional, but I also would say it was pretty obvious that you shouldn't throw that block.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where the return team doesn't realize where the punt ball is going, and that happens a lot because they're trained not to look at the ball and to get to where they need to be to make the blocks for their runner to be able to run the ball. And he kind of got caught up and got in the way of the defense and ended up making a block. That was not allowed.
Okay, good. Well, that means the offense has a chance to gain more yards on this drive.
That is an interesting perspective on it, Randall.
Yeah, they're doing them a favor.
All right, Cruz set to take the snap, hands the ball off, breaks to the right, comes down, gets tackled. That's Anthony France. It's the first time we've called his name all day. He tried to break off to the right side.
I like it, though. Run the ball. And that's one of those change of pace backs right there. Quick guy, a little smaller. Hits the hole. Didn't get a whole lot on that play, though. I've seen this guy in practice. He's made some good moves. This is a tough running back right here, out of the stable of backs that we have.
Yeah, it's amazing back there. They got a lot of players. Nice lob pass, caught right up on the sideline there. Gets down to about the 40-yard line. That was a nice catch. It was a nice touch just over the top. That's Mike Waller there with the catch.
That was a nice play. And we were just talking earlier about the running back, Anthony France. He picked up a defensive guy rushing the quarterback. He actually did a pretty good job. That pass would not have been completed had he not made that block.
All right, we got 4 wide, shotgun formation. He hands the ball off. There's France again. He's bouncing off. Oh, he gets knocked down. Bumps into David Asu and goes down. But he gets a couple yards on the play, which is exactly what you want. Just take a couple yards, run some time off that clock. This is actually, so far, time-wise, has been the fastest quarter we've had so far this game. We're at 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Kings line up, 4 wide, shotgun set, steps up, throws the ball deep down the right sideline. We got a man, just out of the reach of Pierre Culliver. Oh, good coverage on the play by number 3 of the Bengals. Culliver tried to jump up and get the ball, but 3 came in and made contact just as the ball got there. As you can see, it comes right up and it hits him right in the hands, but he's being hit as he's trying to make that catch. It was a good no call by the referees, too, out there.
It was, and that was a good defensive play. I tell you, it was close. It's close to being a great reception for the Kings. That was an all-around well-played play.
Yeah, it was a good play all the way around. I agree completely.
Let's see if they can force the foot down here.
So we're at third down and about 8 yards to go.
Big stop right here.
Cruz is barking out some signals, trying to get some
Sunshine. At a low defense.
trying to get all of his players in the right position, calling out maybe some hot routes or audibles. He's got a blind rush to the right, pump fake, throws to the right. That makes the reception there. That's Darnell Thompson. He looks like he caught it just about that the first down marker.
Right there.
And it looks like they're going to call it a first down.
Yeah, it depends on where the ball goes out of bounds, because that is actually where they mark the balls, where the ball crosses the...
And we are moving the chains. That's good for another Kings first down. So the Kings set up, waste no time getting to the line of scrimmage. Set with 4 wide, 3 to the top, 1 back, shotgun set. First down, draw them off sides. There gonna be a few flags on the play there. Must have been a hard count.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to see. I don't think that was an offensive man moving, because the whole defensive line went. They're not all going to see that, so that's going to make me think that was 4 defensive linemen off sides. And you know what they're supposed to be watching? The ball.
Yeah, that's going to bring up first down and 5 after that 5-yard penalty. Same set. They're going to run, take the snap, looks to the left, got 3 guys over there, got thrown it deep. Going to be a jump ball. That's going to be incomplete. It was close. It was close. Deshaun Salgado was trying for his 5th touchdown of the game.
Yeah, and we love him. He's been having a great game, but that's one pass. That could have been, how many touchdowns does he have, you say?
He has 4 touchdowns currently.
That should have been his 5th right there. I think he's getting tired of scoring touchdowns. He's had so many that he wants to give someone else a chance. That was one that I think he pretty well could have caught.
Yeah, the amount of touchdowns that have been scored in this game, Cruz has thrown the majority of those too. So that's a testament to him. He's a one heck of a quarterback. We got the same formation set up again. 4 wide, 3 to the top, 1 back. Takes the snap, rolls out to his right, looks upfield, throws it as he steps into it, going over the center. There was some contact on that play. It could have been a penalty on that, but
there was.
We'll see. That's Katron Barquette. Looks like he got banged up a little bit, but he looks all right as he gets up there. We're looking at 3rd down and 5. Kings are in good position to continue this ball. We got 2 minutes and 26 seconds left in the quarter. I don't know if they've stopped the clock this entire quarter for anything, but that's okay with me. The score's getting pretty out of hand, and we need to get off of here or turn the lights on. One of the two's got to happen soon.
I tell you what I like about this, though, is that, again, that Anthony France, he hasn't played a whole lot, but he's out here getting experience, and that is a talented guy. That guy could help us out down the road.
Yeah, it's amazing.
In the slot now.
They're four. Drops back. Cruz is rolling out to his right. He's in trouble. He's got to get rid of that ball. Oh, he's still got space. He throws the ball. Ball popped up. Oh, my goodness. What a catch. Oh, my gosh. Pierre Culliver had the presence of mind to grab that ball after it bounced out of the other receiver's hands.
Well, that was Anthony
Look at Cruz as he just barely gets away from that. He's scrambling to his right or left, throwing to his right.
That's Anthony France, so you got to catch that.
Bounces off of France's shoulder pad and into Pierre Culliver's hands. Wow, what a play.
What a play, man. When things are going your way, they're going your way.
You know, when the ball's bouncing correctly, nothing can stop you.
That's right. That's right. And you know, and then as you said this a number of times, but the way the quarterback zipped that ball out of there, he's rolling around, he's running, and it's just right, boom, a straight line on that pass, on a frozen rope, as they used to say in the old days.
Exactly. It looks like they're giving him a half the distance to the goal, and they're going to take over 1st and 10 on the 3.5-yard line. This is bad position for the Bengals. This is great if you're a Kings fan to watch this. Looks like they're going to be able to line up, and he hands the ball off. Oh, no, he throws it out. Oh, he was trying to get Salgado another touchdown. There's a flag on the play. That's probably going to be pass interference there.
And this is what we like. It was a great fake. That's Anthony France. He hasn't been playing a whole lot.
Exactly.
He's still a little confused at times. Missed that one pass. But he made that fake so good that we thought he had the ball.
I sure did.
Yeah. And that's what you just love. You love about this team. The guys, everybody fills in, does their job, carries out the things that you might think aren't even that important. But that fake will freeze the defensive backs, will freeze some of the linebackers, and can end up to opening up a receiver.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun watching these guys, and it's amazing because like every week there's a new player that we're calling out saying, "Man, it's his day! It's his day."
Yeah.
It was Barquette and Culliver, and then now it's Salgado. I mean, it's just amazing to watch these guys out here playing hard, and you know, it seems like Cruz doesn't really have a particular favorite. He's just willing to get that ball out there. There we go. France is taking the ball out. He takes the ball, and he gets a loss of a couple yards there. That'll end the third quarter.
We're out of the third quarter.
Couple running plays, and look, we burned a whole quarter, ladies and gentlemen. What a quarter there. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, like I said, just watching all these players and seeing who steps up each week. And there's no favoritism on this team. It's whoever's the hot hand. That's who they're getting the ball to. You know, it's a lot of fun.
They talk about like the professional. It's next guy up. They mentioned that part. If something happens, if a player goes down or whatever, it's the next player up has to play like a starter. And again, that's the mark of a team that has the right attitude and understands how to play like a team. It's the next guy up. And just exactly what you said. It's just amazing. Every week it's a different player, or of course the same players, but you always have people stepping up and getting the job done.
So that brings the score to 54-6 at the end of the third quarter. Your Puyallup Nation Kings leading the Bengals.
So you know, I told you I just bought a car. It was great, and they should call 360-930-9615. It's Enterprise Cars Sales should give us a call. But you know, the thing is, if you ever want to buy a car, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if you had a credit card that every time you bought something on that credit card, money went towards your car, went towards to buy a new car? Because you know, I'm looking for a GMC 4-wheel drive diesel pickup. That's going to be my next car, and I would love to have a credit card that every time I use it gives me money towards the sales. Well, you know what? They have one. I talked to Angelo down there, and Zara, it's his boss. Angelo and Zara, they're great guys. It's a great idea. So
the Kings line up here. Second down. Goal to go. Looking to score the ball again. Cruz steps back, throws across the middle. It's a one-handed. Almost pulls it in. Almost pulls it in.
And I look for them because these coaches are so good. We had a king in the back of the end zone that was not covered. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him run the same pattern, the same setup, and then go a little deeper on that.
That's definitely a possibility. Here we are, 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. This is a place where the Kings have been very, very successful all season long, and they hope to build and continue on that same success. So see what they have to offer here. Got some pressure coming on the left side. Got a man. Oh, just bounced off of his chest.
Good defense.
Yeah, intended receiver was Pierre Cole over there. There was a lot of pressure coming to Cruz, and Cruz had the wherewithal to move to the side and throw the ball. You know, they always talk about quarterbacks and having like eyes in the back of their head to feel the pressure, and it just seemed like Cruz was able to know that someone was around him and made the right move.
Yeah, and slide sideways. Still was there to throw the ball. It could easily have been a touchdown.
Exactly.
And so I tell you what, here's the thing, is the buy power card from Capital One, 360-930-9615. Give us a call so we can advertise for you, because I loved the people I dealt with when I called the main office.
Yeah, and as Randall's alluding to, as far as the advertising goes, you know, it's something that's really important, not to make us make money, just so that we can pay for what we already have, so that you guys can enjoy the game at home. If you have a small business, you own a restaurant, you own a silk screening product, you know, making T-shirts or whatever. I mean, anything can help. And at this point, we're really pretty cheap. So I would recommend taking a chance. And you know, it can't hurt. Well, you'd be our only advertiser, so we'd be able to talk about you plenty on the air. So there's lots.
If they wanted to, where would they call?
Well, they would obviously call 360-930-9615. It's an exciting time with the Kings, your 2-time defending national champions, and they look poised to be going back to the same type of tournaments, and it's going to be pretty awesome. And back again. Exactly. So we'll see how this game ends up unfolding, but we're talking about a 54-6 lead currently in the beginning, a minute gone in the first or the fourth quarter. So there's still quite a bit of time on the clock to see what we'll see throughout this game. They're going to line up here. It looks like it's 3rd down still, and Cruz has got the ball. Shotgun set.
Last try for the Kings.
Oh, 4th down, rather.
Shotgun formation.
Takes the snap, looks right, pumps.
Rolls to the right, rolls to the left.
Rolls back to his left. He's got a guy coming right on him. Throws it to the end zone. Incomplete pass.
And that was thrown across his body, all discombobulated with his feet. Although that one maybe wasn't as great a pass as he's had in the past. But that was still pretty good play.
No, he with a shortened field, it's hard for him when he makes time like that for his receivers to kind of ad-lib, because that's kind of what they got to do when he's breaking away and he's rolling out. You know, I watch our Seattle Seahawks, and I watch them, and I watch Russell in the backfield, and when he starts to dart around and roll out from left to right and kind of make these people miss, it gives the receivers extra time, and that's what makes them professional receivers. When Doug Baldwin can break his route and run to where he thinks Russell wants to throw the ball. But you see it a lot with our Kings. When they have space, they're a lot better at it. But
that's it. That's what they say, actually, right? When the quarterback's scrambling around, you have to go to your open area.
Yeah.
That's actually what they say, the terminology. Well, as you said, Ray, when they're down in the end zone, there's not a whole lot of open area.
Thank you. On their own 4-yard line.
So the Bengals take over on their 4-yard line here. Fourth quarter, 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Kings look like they're showing some pressure. Under center, hands the ball off, gets swallowed up. Maybe gets out of the end zone to the 1-yard line. I think he's going to be spotted at the 1.5.
And there was a hole there, actually. They were coming towards us up here in the press box, and they had a lead back. And it looked for an instant, I'm going, hey, this is great. They're going to get some movement. They're going to get, and then it just, boom, it just closed on it. It's like when I jump in the pool, there's a big opening, and then boom, it just slides in over the top of me. And that's kind of what happened there.
Yeah, we'll see what they have to offer here. It's second down and over 10 yards to go. They're deep in their own territory. Kings would like to add a safety on their list for the game. They're rushing the ball. The ball passes out there and incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Good play by
And that was a good play. Number 36, the left defensive end, Michael Hutcherson, got off the ball, got up into the backfield or into the end zone. He got picked up by two people, but there was nowhere for the quarterback to go then. He had to just throw the ball away. He couldn't scramble around, try to make something happen.
Yeah, J.J. Bickham was out there, and he was ready to make a big hit if he were to catch the ball. He waited for the ball to contact his fingertips and then laid a hit on him. First time we called his name out today, so let's give him some props. Number 16, J.J. Bickham. So Bengals line up, same position. They got some pressure, looking like it's coming their way. I formation behind the quarterback, steps back, got some time, throws it deep down the right side, has nobody out there, and they're going to throw a flag out there. I didn't see anything.
At the end, we were both looking at the receiver and
as you see here, it looks like
maybe a hole.
There's nothing that was appeared in the instant replay there at all. In fact, the Kings defensive player was actually running out in front of the Bengals player.
Well, see, that's something that probably had to happen earlier, because we were both looking right at him.
Could it be illegal contact or something like that?
Nah, they don't have that in this league. But the hold could have happened earlier. So you hold, you could do that early on, and then later as the play develops, you don't see it there, but that's still a call. You can still make that call. The only thing I could see would be a hold that happened early on, and they just threw the flag late. I didn't see the official
I didn't see the official signal either. I just know they want us to run the clock.
First and 10 from the Bengals.
So after a lucky break there, the Bengals will line up first and 10 from their own 12-yard line. Kings ready to pounce probably after that play. It's a low snap. It's bobbled. He comes in. He breaks free, makes the pass. It completes it. Got a man wide open. And he makes a little juke move and then gets dropped down.
31, Sean Parker made the tackle on that, and he did a good job. Wide open field. He got in good body position, down low, and made sure he made the tackle. So that was a good open field tackle there by number 31, the safety.
Yeah, it was quite a play. I thought for sure the quarterback was going to be swallowed up in the backfield there. He was in duress for sure, and he's kind of popped out and made that play happen.
And whipped it downfield, too. That was a good throw by that quarterback.
Absolutely.
Under pressure.
Takes snap, wheel route out of the outside. Got a man, makes the catch. He's got room. He's got space. He's got a couple men to beat. Stiff-arming one and getting dropped by the other. Stiff-armed him so hard, knocked his helmet off. It looked like a mouthpiece flew out, too.
And going back the other way, the one that really made that play was the blocker out in front of him, number 22 for the Bengals, and that's what we talk about all the time. When you see a big play like that, there's usually other people making good plays that don't get noticed as much. But in that case, number 22 was the one that pushed the King off of the ball. I mean, not off the ball, but off of the ball carrier as he broke downfield.
Yeah, that was quite a play by Sergio Brown with a hand directly in his face from that big running back, and he just did not give up on that tackle. It still took him down on the sideline there. He had a little bit of help from Vika Lafau, and so with the combination of the two, they got him right out of bounds and down to the ground.
33-yard line with good momentum.
So the Bengals putting together quite a drive for the first time, coming off of that phantom penalty. Looks like he's dropping back. It's a screen play. He's going out to the left side. What a play. What a play. Vika Lafau, what a play. This guy is a machine. He's got over 10 tackles, I'm guessing, in this game.
Yeah.
We've called him out so many times.
And that was set up well. In fact, there was a screen out there.
He had two big guys out there.
Yeah, and he's going, and somehow the King guy, what was it?
Vika Lafau.
he broke through the blockers and made the play. That was a big play because if he had not made that play, it looked like the running back had some green in front of him.
Yeah. If you look at this, he just kind of dips through. He got blocked at first, and then he slides right by the lineman and makes a big tackle. What a play. What a play. All right, we're back to action here. Second down about 8 yards to go. Hand off to the fullback. Fullback gets bounced out to the outside. He's going backwards.
Nowhere to go.
They're going to put him back basically to the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, that's what we talk about is you bounce. You're trying to get extra yards, bounce out, and that's just one of those things where get what you can, right?
Yeah.
Just turn it up, get what you can, deliver below at the end, and then go back to the huddle. That probably would have been better off had he not kept trying to bounce out towards the sidelines.
Yeah, I think that it was kind of he looks like a really big guy, and he'd be hard to take down, so he just kind of bounces off of these tackles. But with the swarming defense, the Kings don't give up, and they just keep hitting you with more and more and more and more firepower until you just pretty much give up on the play. So he went sideways 15 yards, but went backwards too. So
and for what I said, I mean, he probably didn't have anything straight ahead anyway. Probably didn't hurt him going sideways, just looking for something to open up. But that is one of those things, sometimes you just want to hit it on up.
So here comes the Bengals lining up, third down and about 12 yards to go. Drops back, rolls out to his right, looking downfield, got a couple men down there. Intercepted. Number 32 receives the ball. He's running up the center. He's got people out in front. He's got blockers. Gets past, got one man to beat, just the quarterback.
Carrying the ball
comes
loose.
out. Oh, man.
What
a play.
Carrying it like a loaf of bread. That is what happened at the end of that play.
That's right.
Ball was out there.
Number 32 with the interception close to the end zone, runs back in the end zone, gets a few blocks and runs right up the field and gets down to about the 40-yard line till that ball gets punched out from behind, pops out, almost lands directly into number 4's hands, and he can't quite hold on to it and ends up rolling onto the ball.
But again, things are going in our way because you lose the ball in the funnel, then we recover it.
Yeah.
Multiple flags, actually.
Flag after flag after flag.
Yeah.
First flag in the game.
There is going to be a lot of laundry to be done after this game with all those flags hitting the grass out there. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty, though. We got 5 minutes and 44 seconds to go in this game. Your Puyallup Nation Kings leading 54-6 over the Pierce County Bengals.
And that's right about the average that the games we've been doing. That's about the average that they score, and that's about the average that we win by.
Yeah, last week was a little bit tighter game, but they definitely are putting up in the 50-point range every single game. And my favorite thing about watching these guys is that they don't take the foot off the accelerator,
right?
But they do put in other guys.
Yeah,
and they let these other guys out there try to get things going. Here we go. We'll see this replay here. He's running up the sideline. He's only holding the ball with one hand.
That's out there.
Definitely could improve on that.
The whole way he has it out there.
He's running out, and he gets a big block there, and he's running up the sideline in one hand.
What is he doing with the ball?
And the ball gets smacked out by number 25 there on the defense.
Man, that was some great camera work, though. Can you believe how our camera guy follows the guy on the run?
That was quite a good follow on the camera there. That was an in-close shot. It's really hard to follow with that. I've run my fair share of cameras as well, so I know that it's not easy to make that follow there. So the Kings will take the ball on the 33-yard line of the Bengals.
Yeah, that was the whole way. There's something to talk about with the way he's carrying the ball. So that's probably, you want to tuck that away. I didn't realize he's running like that the whole way. And the thing is, the defender, who is now the defender, was the offensive guy. When you see someone running the ball like that, you focus on that.
Exactly.
You're going to strip that. That's an easy strip right there.
Yeah, at the next level, if you're going into pro football, they try to strip the ball on every play, no matter how you're carrying it. But if you're carrying it like that, it's going to be stripped. Hands off the ball, bounces out to the outside, got some room, makes a cut, keeps going. He's got a lot of space. Donald McKee gets it all the way down to the end zone. That's good for a touchdown.
Okay, and if we get a replay of this, watch for
there's a flag in the end zone for excessive celebration, I'm guessing.
Dancing. But watch for the pancake block
right there
by Deshaun Delgado.
Hey,
look at that.
If Delgado's not scoring, he's laying down some hammers on people out there on the sideline. That is a good block by him out there on the outside.
That again? And that was great. And now we got another running back out there. We have, that was Donald McKee.
Donald McKee was our runner on that play.
And good thing he followed it. He found the crease to get into the end zone, followed the block. We got a whole stable of running backs.
Yeah, I love the term stable, because your stable doesn't just have one good horse in it. You know, you have many good horses, and these guys are all thoroughbreds out here running the football for this team. It's a combination of their vision, their speed, and we've mentioned a couple times they're not the same running back. There are multiple different styles of running backs, but they're all running behind this line, and they're designing plays that are proper for these guys to be able to run.
Yeah.
The head coaching deserves a great pat on the back in order to express how good it looks with these guys out here.
And the offensive coordinator too, is Coach Mack. That's what we know him by. And talking about a stable, I mean, we got Clydesdales leading them down the field.
That's true.
Clydesdales on the line, and then
they're not just for Budweiser commercials anymore.
No.
And that's another kick up and good for Paul Dickey. He's putting points on a lot today as well.
Yep.
He's been perfect for the day, and he continues his success. In fact, I don't know that I've seen him miss a kick ever. So that's pretty awesome stat.
So I tell you, I was moving into a smaller place. I needed somewhere to put some of my things that I couldn't move into the smaller place. So I found it was great. I called Bob Christensen. He set me up. I got a great storage place. I keep in contact with him. It's just fantastic. And you know who it is? Well, call 360-930-9615. We would love to advertise Bob Christensen and where he works because they do a great job. So give us a call, Public Storage, 360-930-9615.
Yeah, so that brings our score here in the fourth quarter to 61-6. Kings over the Bengals. It's a slaughter. There's no really easy way to put it. I do appreciate and commend the Bengals because they're still out here playing football. They're not just giving up on this game. The Kings don't know how to take their foot off the gas pedal. Run up the score, they don't know what that is. They're just playing football, and that's how they play football. They play it well. They put points on the board, and they drive that ball down the field. The one thing that we can all be thankful for in this muggy booth that we're working in today is that we are going to eventually get out of here. It's 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game. Fortunately, we were all wearing our proper hygiene products, so we are all okay in that department, so we're happy there. So that's a Kings kickoff. It's a short kick over to the side. And it's returned about the 48-yard line. So it takes a big hit there.
Hard run, though. Made
That's
a couple
right.
guys playing hard. Still playing hard.
That's right. Nigel Harbison, another running back on the tackle. One guy that we haven't seen actually in the running back position, but he's making plays on special teams, which is great to see.
Yeah, and when you mentioned that point that we're still scoring, throwing the ball, there's two philosophies there. One is if you start substituting early on, then you just keep playing the game. And we're running all kinds. How many running backs have we had in this play?
At least 4.
Yeah, and so that's one philosophy is you keep putting in your reserves and just keep playing the game.
Yeah.
And that's what we're kind of doing because we're putting guys in now that haven't played a whole lot, and it's exciting watching them play.
Absolutely. Yeah, with Anthony Franson in the last drive and such, I guess McKee was the one who scored, so. All right, they hand the ball off to the tailback from the I formation. Tries to make a couple moves and gets swallowed up a little bit. About a 2-yard gain on the play, maybe 3. Looks like 2 yards is going to be the spot on one side of the field and 3 yards on the other side of the field. We'll see which line judge they go with.
And I like the way that they are able to take the ball from under center. I recall last week they did it one time, fumbled, and then by this time in the game they had no chance. They were just in trouble because they couldn't take that direct snap, hand it off real quick into the line.
That's absolutely true. I just don't think that the Bengals are quite as good out of the shotgun, which is where they've needed to be in a couple third down and longs and such. They've made a couple good swing passes out of there, but it's been a little bit difficult for them to get their offensive going. And it's not a downfall to the Bengals. That brings us to our 2-minute warning, by the way. But it's not a downfall to the Bengals and their performance. It's attributed to the defense of the Kings. The Kings defense is supremely dominant so far, and nobody is able to do anything against them. The Bengals have done pretty well. They've at least moved the ball down the field, and like I said, it's good to see them out there. They're still performing. They don't have their
jobbers
heads down. They're not sitting on the bench moping. They're still out here playing football. And like you were saying earlier, these guys are all probably pretty good friends, and they all went to school together. They grew up playing football together at the very least somewhere.
And youth leagues around here.
Yeah, so it's fun to watch these guys out here performing for us and for all these fans out here. They had a great turnout here in Sumner. So it's a beautiful stadium. Sunset built this stadium here and allows them to have great football. And the Sumner High School team has been playing very well since the stadium's been built. So it's been a lot of fun. So.
And let me throw this in here. I think Sunset Chevrolet, which is who the stadium's named after, they should call 360-930-9615, and we'll keep mentioning what a great stadium they helped build.
So here we go. We line up second down and about 8 yards to go. Under center, drops back, rolls out to his right, looks upfield, doesn't have anybody. He's going to break it himself, and it looks like he's going to run. Might be far enough. Oh, just short of the first down.
That's where the official spotted it. I was with you. I thought he might have got a first down there. And when Russell Wilson, you see when he goes out of bounds, you ever notice how he always reaches the ball forward right before he goes out of bounds? That's because you're out of bounds where the ball is. And that's probably something the quarterback could have done right there. Reach the ball forward, and you gain a few yards.
Set of shots back.
All right, third down, throws the ball out. Little swing pass, needs to get a couple yards. Does look like he gets the yardage for the first down.
Reception.
And the clock keeps on rolling. We're at about 1:10 to go in the game. I don't think the Bengals are going to mount a comeback at this point, but at least they're out there sporting, trying to score another touchdown.
Yeah, that was a good play. Yeah,
that was a great play. He rolls out to his right again, looking downfield. Does he got a man? He got a man across the middle, makes the reception, makes the man miss, takes a big hit, gets in for a touchdown. I must say that take was very nice. He got in there.
Right here,
look at this hit he takes at the end. Boom. And he gets across the goal line. What effort, even at the last moments of this game, these guys aren't giving up. They're out there playing hard. And you know how good that makes them feel? I see a guy dancing on the field. So anything is possible. It's been a blowout. The Kings have definitely dominated this entire game, but it's nice to see the Bengals still out there trying and competing.
Still trying. They're working hard. That was a big hit right there the guy took.
Yeah, he didn't go in against soft defense. He took a huge hit. They're lining up for two. Quarterback's getting pressure in the middle. It looks like he goes down.
That's the game.
That's the game, folks. That was David Kreitchen in on that tackle.
Good effort by both teams. Be safe tonight. Do something fun. God bless.
So I guess in recap, we jumped out early. We scored within the first few minutes, which is we've done that for a few times in the last couple of games, and kept the pressure on, played the whole games. I like the fact that we didn't have the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties so much, except for the bad dancing, but that's not a big deal. Didn't have that many penalties, jumped offside one time, but then they didn't catch us that way again. All in all, pretty outstanding performance, I would say.
Yeah, Randall, I think that it was a big game for the Kings. The Bengals are a tough team, and it's really important for them to make an impression against a good team before they get into this playoffs series. We got one more game at home, and we're gonna do our best to take that one down, of course, as well. And I really hope to see that the Kings perform just like this, heading into the playoffs and being ready to take on the best there are out there. They seem to be getting they seem to be getting better, as we've said earlier in this game. They've been getting better every game. They've been getting better throughout the game. So I think it's really important that they continue this process. And if they can do that, I mean, we're looking at a team that's seriously going to contend for possibly a three-peat.
Yeah, back again, back to back and back again. I agree with everything you say. Again, I like the way they get better. You see it during the game, they get better. Game to game, they get better. And it's just all around one heck of a good team. I'm really looking forward to next Saturday, 6 o'clock, out there at Chief Leschi Stadium. Great place to watch a football game. And if you can't make it out there, watch us here at cgame.live, which you probably don't know that if you're watching this. So I just want to really thank our boss, Chip, here with Apache Wolf. Just love what you're doing and enjoy it. Give us there. That was his hand there. So we thank you so much for the opportunity, Chip, and people around the world that love the Kings. They thank you for the opportunity to watch this, and we hope we got something going on here, and hopefully next year we'll have even more games.
Yeah, I think that this is just the start of where we're going with this. It's been really fun. This football season only lasts so long, but there's other things going on. I'm a sports fanatic just in general. So I mean, I work in all sports, so I'm ready to go with any type of sports broadcasting that we want to do. And I know Chip's ready to do it too, so we can get it going on. So your advertisements and stuff, and anything that you put towards us performing and getting this stuff done is not just going to be in vain. We're going to be able to bring it to the next level, to the next sport. We're going to go to the playoffs soon, people. More people will be tuning in, and it's going to be very important if you can get your stuff in. Get grandfathered with us. We'll offer you a great deal, and it'd be awesome to have you be a part of our team. And on behalf of myself, Chip, Randall, our awesome cameraman out here, it'll be just a lot of fun to grow with us and to be part of this whole production. And man, these Kings are ready to go back again, and they're going to win another championship. They're going to be going at least to the regionals and that type of thing. So I think stick with us, guys. Come on out to the game next week. We'll see you there, or just join us on our broadcast. We'll see you guys soon.
All right, gentlemen.